Okay. Now for your excitement for the show, Frank.
Okay.
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 Um, Welcome everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Look, this is episode 106 of TNT if you wanted to know or cared or
Exist, listen, one of those
yeah.
things.
Yeah. And you said Floyd might be coming on a show. No guarantees.
Yeah, he's a married man with kids and she's an important man, got important things going on.
Well, I mean, you're married.
Yeah, but I don't got no kids on it important,
No.
Yeah,
How
so you
many
can't
kids does
argue
he
with
have?
that. Huh?
Was What's he have, like 2 kids or something?
That's the number I told you, yeah.
Okay. How old are they?
Old enough to party? I don't know.
Uh,
Little and littler.
does he talk about him all the time? Like, how
No.
much interaction do you have with him every day?
Pretty much. I like shoot the shit with him in the morning and then we had to get back to work
Uh,
because I come in early and so does he. So,
is he like,
but
damn, my old lady is riding me today?
nah, don't try and get him in trouble, man.
How
That
are we
ain't
gonna get him
cool.
in trouble?
I don't know. You better not do it.
How is she really gonna listen to this?
Yeah, she'll hit him with a 2-piece. You ain't married. Wives are everywhere.
Yeah, like just like your wife, right?
Don't
If
don't,
she's
don't
gonna
say
be
that.
listening to this.
She'll put a hurting on you. She talk shit.
So you got spies everywhere.
So what's going on with Ian?
I'm I'm just kicking wing.
You're keep on keeping on kicking wing.
Yep.
Because remember he had the dude. His name was Kicking Wing. He says you could do whatever you want. You could change your name to Kicking Ass. I would.
Right.
That's one of my favorite movies. It's so dumb.
Right.
But I've yet to see the sequel. As soon as they said it went straight to Crackle, I was like, ooh,
Uh
yeah.
yeah. Things are okay. I was telling you before the show,
Mm-hmm.
they finally banned smoking in my apartment building, like inside the building and outside
Uh-huh.
on the property. So that's pretty good because I have a bunch of there's like a lot of older people here, and it's like a lot, like a lot of the old people from back in the day, like it was really popular back then to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, a lot of them are smoking, like my neighbors, and like you can't keep your window open without getting some cigarette coming in here, just blasting right through.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty glad about that. It's pretty nasty.
Never smoked, huh?
Nope. What about you? Did you ever try?
No. I had a friend that made me take a hit off a cigarette to prove to him I wasn't a smoker. I started coughing immediately. He's like, "Hey, you're not a smoker." I'm like, "Oh, because the words coming out of my mouth wasn't good enough." Dumbass. But anyway,
How about you?
what about me? I don't understand.
Well, what are we talking about right now?
Oh, what's up with me? Um, not a whole lot of nothing. Just Mostly work and the goings on of all that. I don't technically do overtime, but production wise, it's like I'm doing overtime, so it's really fucking with me. Uh, and then today, if he comes on the show later, Floyd and I decided to hit up a new ramen spot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we both enjoy ramen, but like we're cheap bastards, so all we've ever had is like instant shit and the shit in the cafeteria. And I got on Yelp and realized there was a place not far from work that we, hadn't been to, so we met up there and we got there. The guy's like, "Yeah, sorry, we're only doing to-go orders because we're working on our sewer line right now. We don't want a whole bunch of customers." We're like, "Oh, well, I guess we'll get it to go and eat in the car." Which is really what you want to do with soup and noodles, right?
Right.
And then I got my drink, and I swear to God, I took the cap off, and I'm like, "How do I took the plastic wrapper off the top, right?"
Right.
And I couldn't find out how to open the fucking thing. Like, there was no twist off, no pull top. I'm like, okay, let me Google the brand I had. And the first thing that comes up is a YouTube video on how to open it. On the inside of the plastic part that you pull off, there's a little plunger because the top has a marble in it. You put the plunger on it and you'll hit it with your hand and knocks the marble down in. And there's a little like a trap kind of thing that keeps the marble in there. And you drink it, and it goes around the marble. Which is really fucking weird. But there was no English on the thing at all except the expiration date. Well, that and carbonated beverage. Like, I still don't even know. It was the original flavor. I don't even know what flavor it was supposed to be. Because when the guy scanned it, it came up as lemonade, but it tasted like cream soda.
Looked like lemonade, but tasted like pee.
There's those three drinks. One says, "I'm an optimist, and I think I'm half full. I'm a pessimist, and I think I'm half empty." And the third one says, "I'm a realist. I'm quite sure this is piss." I love that joke.
So, anything else going on? Did you get any streaming or anything?
No,
I asked.
no, I haven't. We do have a long weekend coming.
Oh, really? Tell us about that.
Well, it's a holiday, so I don't have to work Monday. So 3 days instead of 2. See, so
what's the holiday? Because I'm not seeing it on my calendar.
Labor Day, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Thought.
That's cool.
Well, now you have me down myself because everyone's like, "Yeah, Monday's a holiday." When is Labor Day? Monday, September 3rd. See?
Yeah.
Oh, see, yeah. So, my dad and I are planning on going to some flea markets.
Oh, really?
There's one right down the road from my house we go to every year. It's the one I told you where I got those Twilight Zone VHS for like $1.
Yeah.
My dad said he went
cool.
to a gun show and he said he didn't see a gun there he didn't already have. And I'm like, "You mean they have guns you don't already have, Dad?" Few of
them. Well, I do have I don't know if it's. I guess we could get into it. I have a question for you, Frank.
Uh-oh. What's that?
I don't give a fuck.
Soda Talk with Frank and Ian. What's that question, Ian?
What are you drinking on?
Well, I finished I drank from the ramen shop But now I'm having a Mountain Dew Game Fuel, and I got a Cherry 7 Up on standby and a Surge if I feel froggy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna crack that open. After Mountain Dew, that's enough.
Right. That's cool, man. Me, I'm drinking on my my first round is some Crystal Pepsi.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Did you
And
find
then
that in the past
no,
with your flip phone?
no, they still have it over there at a giant bin over at Mark's. No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have some
I
in my
couldn't keep it
fridge.
away, I guess. Oh, you do? What, from the last batch?
Yeah, my wife's like, "Yo, you waste a lot of money." I go, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Why do we have Crystal Pepsi in there still?" I was like, I was saving it. I'll drink it." She's like, "You're not gonna fucking drink that." I go, "Yeah, you're right."
And also, I've been a fan of this, but it was hard for me to find at the store. I finally found like a little corner in the store that had it, but I've been a fan of this ice. I don't know if you
Ew.
ever tried this.
Nah, is that sparkling water?
Yeah, it's like sparkling flavored water. It's no, I just like the carbonate drinks with carbonation in it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they have a, they didn't have it there, but I remember they used to have like a green one and a blue one that tasted pretty good.
What does it
The
taste
blue
like?
one was
Blue?
like it was like lime blueberry. This one is pomegranate blueberry. It's pretty good.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I got some water, but I'm not gonna share that shit. What's
What,
the
like
point?
water? Like from the
Nobody cares
toilet?
about water. No, from
You,
it's well water, Frank.
Will? What? Are you poor,
Well,
Ian?
no.
You're poor
No.
people? You're poor people, aren't you? That's why you're drinking that well water. You're like, well, it's water.
Well, it's water.
Here, see, here's what the bottle looks like. That the Ramoon drink, or whatever the hell, carbonated drink,
Huh.
and like I said, there's a marble right there in the skinny part.
Yeah, I see that.
You don't see that. Got like indentations to keep it, like make it like a trap, I guess. Like, what?
Why is it like a double image on there or something?
Well, because I have a, I have it set to like make it bigger, and then it. Where the hell is the enlarge button? No, you don't need to know my location. Go away. That's not what I was trying to go to. That's not right. But yeah, like this would probably be better to explain it. Oh, of course not. It was kind of cool. Like you know the trap on your sink. You know how that's kind of shaped.
Yeah.
Kind of shaped like that. Like, but yeah, you put this plastic thingy in it, and then smash it with your hand, and the marble goes down in there.
Hmm.
See, here's the same glass, one turn sideways. It's a glass bottle. Marble's right here. And then this little thing, this half moon shaped indentation, kind of keeps it from going right back up and out. I don't know, like, I guess in the neck part just lets the beverage through and around it. And the warnings are all like, do not try to remove the marble. You know, this wouldn't fly here in like America. They don't let you have those Kinder toys because they're afraid kids are stupid and gonna eat the toy inside of the chocolate.
Yeah.
No, Canadian kids can handle that smart shit. Our kids are dumb.
Yeah, what's
Meanwhile,
that all about?
meanwhile, here you fucking put a marble in your damn, just hit it with a thing, and knock a marble into your fucking drain, then drink around the marble, you dummy. Okay.
Yeah, I was watching a video on YouTube about like different tricks that you like magic tricks or something you could do with like glass bottles or whatever. If you like score it a certain way, you could do
Uh huh.
different tricks with it.
Uh huh.
Just like party tricks or something like that.
Uh huh. Right.
I don't know. Do you ever like watching magic stuff at all? Like Penn and
No,
Teller or something?
not really.
Yeah.
Maybe when I was younger, but not really. Whoa.
What a surprise.
What? See, this is supposed to have
But,
been what I had,
yeah.
but it was to go, so it was in a plastic cup.
Hmm.
Still had an egg in it. It was alright. I made better. Anyway, dog.
Um. But
Sorry, I
yeah,
just
I
went into detail about what I was drinking on.
right. Yeah. I as far as what I've been up to though, like I uh haven't gotten a whole lot done this week, unfortunately. Like I today I was able to I downloaded some ISOs for Windows so I could redo my Ryzen build, and
Mm-hmm.
I got the 1803, the April update. I downloaded that. I've been instead of using the media creation tool, I use this other program that will download from the Microsoft website.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what is it called?
Hold on just a second. Trying to tell. I hear a noise, and I'm not sure if it's my external hard drive making noise or not.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, I got it, and it was on eBay because the guy thought it was like completely dead, but I was like, I bet it's just a power supply, and I had another power supply, and I plugged it in, and it worked.
Hmm.
So
Well,
who knew?
but yeah,
So
the
yes,
thing is,
every now and then the fans will be louder than my computer.
that's crazy.
Yeah, but it was like stupid cheap, like $15 or something.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, the thing is called Windows ISO downloader, and it's
Oh no,
you
that's
download.
that's like wares, isn't it?
No, no,
Like
it
progs.
no, it's a free utility. It just downloads
Uh huh.
from the Windows website directly, because the media creation tool will only let you download like like the most recent version of Windows 10 and Windows 8. I think I don't think it
Mm-hmm.
lets you do Windows 7, but this one will let you download all of them from their server, and even like insider builds and ISOs for like Microsoft Office and stuff too.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I could give you a link if you want.
Nah, I need to get more hard drive space. My OS drive is okay, but I'm actually gonna have to try to clear out the disk I have all my games on. It is starting to fill up. That's why I have an external hard drive hooked up,
Mm.
and because I just pretty much have just my games on the internal drive now, and it's getting full.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So,
I just got a friend an external, like a 2 terabyte
oh, yeah.
external, because
Friend,
yeah,
really?
I got it for her birthday.
Aw, was she wearing a birthday suit?
No,
Aw,
we're not we're not there yet. Shut up, Ted.
Shut up, Ted.
Oh, yeah, because I was letting her borrow. I had all I had before was like I let her borrow was I had a 128 gig USB stick and a couple of 32 gigs, and
Mm-hmm.
I gave her like a really old back from like 2006, a 250 gig external hard drive where you had to like plug the power in and everything too.
Mm-hmm.
And so I bought her a Seagate 2 terabyte hard drive, so like she could put all of her like movies and TV shows on that, and all you have to do is just plug it in through the USB. It's like one of those pocket hard drives.
Mm.
Yeah. What kind of hard drives do you have? Does all of yours need to be plugged into the wall?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they're the smallest one I have is like 1.5 terabyte.
Oh, okay.
And that's the one that I got that was like $15. And I was like, I'll get it. Might have been like $20. Something stupid that I was like, what? What?
Yeah, I think the largest that I've seen so far is like I think they're doing 6 terabytes now, where you could just plug the USB in. I think 8 still you need the power for it. I
The
guess.
form factor of a 4 terabyte, I got, like I told you I work in shipping and receiving. I had one come in the other day that was literally the size of like a index card. I was like, that's a fucking hard drive now. Fascinating.
It's like a SSD size.
SSDs. Nuts.
Yeah, that's what I have. I have hooked up to my little Kodi box or whatever Android box where it's a 4 terabyte. You just have to plug the USB in.
Mm.
Seagate. All my hard drives are getting to be just Seagate now.
Yeah, they went through like a lot of the reviewers kind of had to summarize it. They went through a time where their name was shit, and now they're doing okay. Like, I've had a few Western Digitals and a few more Seagates, and I've had the Western Digitals actually were the ones that failed on me. So,
Ooh, Barracuda.
but you know, as soon as you swear by something, then the shit just stops working.
Right. That would suck, man.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Like, I did a review on my
Ooh, Barracuda.
I did a review on something, and I said, "Oh, it works great. It's the best." And then the next day, the shit stopped working.
Yeah.
I was like, "You son of a bitch!" But
Damn it, Bobby.
But
But
it's okay. That's okay.
So on your, you say you're going to be having a long weekend because of holiday next weekend. Are you going to try to do any streaming or anything?
No, I ain't doing that shit. I'm asleep. And well, see, next week I won't be on the show.
Oh, that's right. I knew it was in September. I forget, what are the dates for that now?
Basically, the 7th and I think the 14th. I have to have surgery, and then I have to go back in and get my stitches removed.
Okay, so the 7th and 14th, but next weekend I think is, when is
The
that?
7th. The Friday coming after this Friday, I won't be here.
Well, actually, next Friday is the 3rd.
Today's the 31st. Dog.
Oh yeah, you're right. So the 7th and 14th. So you're gonna be. So the next time you'll be able to do the show is the 21st then.
Well, see, the 14th, I'm just gonna have my stitches removed, so I'll pencil it in that I won't be doing it because I might be hurting because you know my jaw is gonna be hurting and swole. I won't be talking for 8 hours. but we'll see. Because it's just having them removed. If it doesn't hurt, then I'll come on and try to soldier, through. But if I'm hurting, nah. Because that's all if your jaw hurts, then it doesn't take too long, your whole head hurts, and you can't talk with a headache,
Yeah, I understand, man.
Not for no, stretch of time anyway. Geology is the study of pressure and time. Oh wait, you haven't seen no you never saw the Shawshank Redemption, did you?
No, I saw Shawshank.
Oh well, I never know, man. There's so much shit you haven't seen.
You said shit. And he has to climb through shit.
Yeah. He went through a river of shit. That prison is in my hometown, by the way. I don't know if you probably heard that 1,000 times from Ben.
Yes, I know. I'd still like to do a tour over there. Hopefully, maybe they're gonna have some kind of haunted shit going on there or something.
Oh, they always have, they have concerts there now. They have one they call Ink and the Clink, which is where they do tattoos there. And they have metal bands. Yeah, they have metal bands play. Sure.
They have it done by a guy that looks like he's in prison.
Yeah. Well, man, I'll poke you. I don't give a shit. Come over here.
Hopefully they use some better tools than what they probably jerry-rigged in prison tattooing.
Nah. Just do a spit. Some pee.
Oh.
Anyway, dog.
Anyways, did you want to get on some battle stations? Or are we going to wait around for Floyd?
Nah, he's a console dude. He doesn't know what a computer is.
Right. Now we'll just wait the whole show for Floyd before we move on to any other topics.
No. He may or may not come.
Yeah. Right, it's like,
no.
Nope.
No. No. It's a no. All right, hold on.
Man your battle stations. Man your battle stations. Station.
All right, let me flip over. Okay. So this is your first one.
Yeah, so my theme here was just not necessarily RGB stuff, just colorful setups, I guess.
Yeah, it's a LED strip just wadded up sitting on his desk.
I did not notice that.
He's a Razer fanboy because he's got the Razer mouse, Razer headset, Razer wallpaper, Razer keyboard, Razer wallpaper on his other computer. Yeah. Got the G-Sync going on. Ugly ass tower. The remote doesn't do too good on the floor. He really needs to manage those cables because, that little shroud or whatever does a good job of hiding them, but they're big and white and just hanging out in the middle.
Yeah.
And he really shouldn't have his PC on carpet because that power supply is going to suck up fiber. Oh, and his mouse pad is looks to be Razer and LED/RGB. And that chair looks gross.
What kind of chair is that?
Gross.
What is it got stains on it or something?
I mean, the back looks like it. No, the back looks like it's got stains, but it might just be the lighting because I think he took his picture with a potato.
Yeah, probably.
And the webcam's all
definitely
pointed straight down at him, so it just sees your bald spot.
It definitely has could have some better presentation.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see the comments here real quick while you go ahead and take the PC off the carpet. Upvote. I wish I could put it somewhere. Haven't decided. Any suggestions? Hold on, someone linked something. Oh, they put a little glass shelf. You could get a little table for it and sit on, so it won't be on the floor. Well, is yours on the floor?
Yeah, I mean it's.
Oh no, you're a plebe or pleb or whatever.
It
Right?
is. I mean, I have Berber carpet, so it's like
Berber.
Yeah, you never heard of Berber carpet?
I didn't think you would have that fancy shit.
All the apartments are. That's what's in the apartments.
My old apartment had the shit this guy's got in his picture.
No. Yeah, so like the carpet, there's not really. It's pretty flat, so there's not a whole lot of fibers to the carpet because it's like all weaved together or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just temporary. Like I said, I've it's another thing on a to-do list of making one of those, just like a little stand for my towers,
Mm-hmm.
So
You don't say.
yeah, it's just so much nicer now having on like desk just so you could have more room for your shit on your desk.
I don't have room to have it on my desk. Like, if I had it on my desk, it would be in front of the monitor.
So you have it on the carpet too?
No, I'm trying to find a picture of my solution to see if it's worth suggesting before I post it on this this thing. But I'm having to go through my Amazon orders, which is a mistake. Here we go. Hold on. God damn it. Come on. There we go.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Yeah, I have a little trolley.
So you finally got that? Is that are you pretty happy with that?
I mean, I don't expect it to move it all across the room on the carpet and all that. But it moves pretty well. And like before it was on a plastic like a monitor riser that my wife had, which I'm grateful that she had something to keep it off the floor. I really am. But if I had to move it to unplug or plug anything in the back, it was a nightmare. And like this thing really, saved the fucking day. So
Yeah, that's right. Yours, remember that now because yours works good with it because you don't have a window on your case.
no, when my next case I plan on having a window, I'll just stick it on a shelf. Plus, I plan on going to a smaller case next time anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna go with the. Let me see if I get it right. Mini ITX.
No.
Damn it. What is it? Mini ATX or micro ATX?
Yeah, micro ATX.
Oh, okay.
You could call it just ITX because micro ATX is a smaller form of ATX, whereas ITX I think is just one thing.
Oh.
I don't think there's a smaller version of I might be wrong.
You better pull up the picture again.
What? Oh, the motherboard
Motherboard.
sizes chart.
Yeah.
But this is a nerd chat. If you guys didn't realize this before you came in, how big of a nerd are you, Ian? Honestly, do you think you're a really big nerd?
Yeah. Really big tech and comic book nerd.
I bought headphones exclusively to listen to music while I'm at work, and I more or less find myself playing build videos of people building computers, listening to the audio. And the other sad thing is it's lately been ones that I've already heard them do. I just go, okay, what was that part again? Okay, that was 3200 RAM. Okay. So
Did you check out Linus's $100,000 PC build yet?
no,
Okay.
why would I want to do that? Why would I want to cry? No, when they did the Threadripper build, I agreed with him. He's like, we know most of you are not sitting here, screwdriver in hand, with surrounded by the same parts, ready to assemble this exact machine. No, you're here for hardware porn.
Yeah. I went back and I didn't even know they did it, but I went back to one of the older Linus video where I guess they were back at the house and they did like a whole room piping water cooling or whatever for all their computers. Did you ever see that?
Whole room water cooling or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, can you see this, or do I got to zoom enhance?
Hold on.
Don't lie to me now. Oh, okay, hold on. Here we go. This one.
Okay.
Okay. So you got the standard ATX, which is, by the way, if you guys would like it as fast as possible, Linus does a motherboard sizes as fast as possible, but whatever. The standard ATX, which is standard, micro ATX, which is just shorter by like 2 PCIe slots or 3, mini ITX, nano ITX, which I guess if you want to go even smaller, and then
Yeah.
Pico ITX, which looks like a Raspberry Pi. I don't have a fucking clue what a nano ITX board could support.
Yeah, can you even put a video card or anything on there? Does it have like PCI
I don't
slots? Kind of
know.
hard to tell.
I mean, the mini ITX has 1 PCIe slot, so those are
Yeah.
usually limited to 1 card. Whereas the nano, I know like the Raspberry Pis don't have PCIe. They have what is it? Serial?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. So the Nano is basically like a Cody box type of thing, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to
Or
find.
like a Android box, I guess.
Wow, look at this fucking thing. It's an Asus. Now that we have this up, nano ITX, nano. Oh, there's a nano ATX. I gotta pull that up in a minute. Hold on.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, Jesus Christ! I mean, if they're like this one,
no.
this one has a fan, but I think the heatsink is like soldered on. See, so whatever the hell it could be running.
I started watching some Family Guy.
I'll up it right in your penis.
Oh no! Who's that guy? Is that guy supposed to be gay with the mustache? Has like the soft
don't know.
voice,
I don't know.
soft kind of feminine voice.
Effeminate?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's for you to decide. Okay, this board. Boy, look at all those analog ports there, buddy.
Yeah. Are you bored?
No, I'm trying to figure out that slot on the far right. That would be RAM, right?
I think so. Yeah.
because RAM used to have dual clips that you would open up instead. Now they just have one usually. Like the PCIe slot, I think, is what's on the bottom because this only got one tab.
Oh dang! So you could only do like better try to find a 16 or 32 gig if you really want it to be really good.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, this thing's running dual VGA ports. I mean, if that's integrated, is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Then, you really don't even need a graphics card. It's more just an expansion slot.
I saw that. Oh well, it looks like it comes with the DVI, and is that an HDMI? Because there's like 4 things for the video. It looks like.
No. There's going okay. All the ports going from the left. We got looks like dual USB 3 because it's blue, and then the PS2 port, which is the combo one, and then you got DVI D, I think, if I remember correctly, the one with the 4 pin, because the pins are similar but different, and then the one underneath is VGA.
Then where's the 2 black things?
Those are probably SVGA. No, wait, those are male. Because see, the blue one's got holes, so the cord is supposed to have the plugs.
Yeah.
Then,
so weren't you mentioning another one? It was like cereal or something.
I don't fucking know. Now, okay, this thing's gonna. Now I gotta figure out what the hell we're even looking at.
I think that's just like the cereal game.
Oh boy,
things or whatever.
Okay, here we go. Hold on. Chipset expansion slot. One mini PCIe slot supports SSD Wi-Fi or USB Wi-Fi module. Oh, okay. LAN. SATA 2. Oh boy. Okay, rear I/O, PS2, and mouse connector. 4 USB. Oh, it's 2 ports. They're not even 3. Okay, so I was. Oh, that doesn't look like blue now that I think about it. Okay. So those are. Oh, hold on. They're not in order here, I don't think, because the 4 ports are on the right. The 2 ports are what? 1, 2, 3. Okay, it looks like they can't math. Because they say 4 USB 2.0 ports, but there's obviously 6 ports on here. I don't know. Okay, so 1 IDE, 1 VGA, 1 DVI port. Doesn't say which one. I'd have to look at the pinout to tell you what it is. 1 VGA, 2 RS-23 232 ports. What the hell is that? Let's learn, children. Oh, it is a serial port. You're right.
Yeah. That's weird that they'd have serial ports though on such a small board.
Well, I mean,
that's like really specific.
What else would you do? I mean, how else are you going to connect anything to it?
Well, I'd trade those for like an HDMI or something.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you got VGA and DVI shit. You can run dual monitors on this sucker. It's got dual gigabit. Look at that. Well, dual LAN connections. Let's see. 2 JR45 LANs. What is that, a phone line?
Right. Well, I do have a little adapter that goes from the DVI to the HDMI.
I mean, this, I didn't look at it exactly. I think this is a server board. Nano ITX Intel processor mini PC board. Because it's got, those are networking ports. I think they're just to connect one computer to another. It's got Wake on LAN,
like a patch cable?
Yeah, like when they network them together. Remember back, do you remember when that was the thing? Like, I've got 4 computers networked together, and it's just like they have a cable connecting to each one.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think that, I mean, it says that's an Intel chip. I didn't read what kind. Wake on LAN, I know they list that as a feature for a lot of things. Doesn't that mean that when it's connected, it sees it and does stuff, kind of? I don't know. Mic outline. Now I gotta Google. Sorry, children, I gotta Google the Wake on LAN because I'm a nerd. Is an Ethernet or token ring computer networking standard that allows a computer to be turned on or awakened by a network message. Haha, see, I heard that from Wendell from Level 1 Techs vaguely, and I said, what? Dimension 170 millimeter by 170 millimeter. So that's just bigger than a fan, right?
Yeah, I think so. What did you say it was?
170 millimeter by 170 millimeters.
That's like an odd size. Usually it's 120 or 240.
Because a fan's like goes up to like what? Well, I mean, a normal case fan is what, 140?
Well, no, I mean I've seen like 240 rads before. You know, like the giant fan that you have on the front of the computer.
Right, like that Thermaltake core fan.
Yeah.
So I so wanted to get that for like when I first saw it.
You thought that was awesome, huh?
Well, look at that. This comes with the case. Whoa, 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 whoa. But anyway.
Oh yeah, by the way, did you see that? I saw the recent video of Linus using, and I guess it turned out to be a pretty good success. As they came up with the idea of using a water chiller for liquid cooling.
Yeah, for Threadripper 2.
Yeah.
I saw the thumbnail because he said it was, Threadripper 2, and I said, I'll click on that later, and I never did.
Yeah, it actually turned out pretty successful. Spoiler alert.
Oh, go ahead. I haven't watched a lot of Linus's videos. I need to.
Well, I mean, I guess they were trying to do it like once before, but it was like they were trying to use all these different like piece and parts hooked together, and this thing is like everything that they needed in like one little unit. You know.
You said unit. Check this out. Look at the way they're marketing this. Noctua fan, Linus Tech Tips edition. It says Linus Tech Tips on it right there.
You got the orange, huh?
Look at the sticker. Noctua, Linus Tech Tips.
Nice.
You want a Linus Tech Tips fan? $45, you can have that shit.
Next, they're gonna, because they're partners, they're gonna have a Linus Tech Tip edition D brand.
Skins. So ATX is the standard pretty much. EATX is if you want a Threadripper board with a shit ton of features, you get that EATX. And then the XL ATX, SSI EEB, and HPTX boards. I've never seen anything with those, but it's cool. It's pretty dope. Micro
tight.
Yeah, they're tight. Micro ATX is what I'm planning on rocking. Mini ITX is okay, but they don't make a Threadripper board like that, which I mean makes sense because the chip would be the entirety of the board. But plus, what's the point of having something that like allows you to have multiple PCIe lanes and have one fucking slot? Right. This one slot is really fast. What? So anyway, so back to the goddamn stations. Setup number 2. God damn it! It's gonna be
who was the one that was like, now I gotta go check.
Oh. Oh, you had this
Like,
one, huh?
Boom, boom, boom.
Well, it's a good thing I had a couple of ringers.
Oh, you did have this one too?
Yeah, you like it because of the butts, don't you?
Yeah, I have to admit.
You said, look at the butt. Do the butt. Right? You know what you said?
Yeah, that's what I said. You know me too well, Frank. It's like we're married.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Okay, so is that what you like about this? Is the butt, or is there some other feature that made you go, yeah? I mean, I know your theme was color.
Yeah, it was color, but I don't
What
know.
made you what made you decide to go against your whole bigger monitor on top is bad thing? Because he not
Just
only
because it
went
was
bigger, he went bigger 3 times.
so far opposite. It's like pretty much an upside down pyramid, basically. So I was like, this is so ridiculous. Why not? I
I
was
like
kind of going for ridiculous.
the wallpaper is all Haxor.
Yeah. Haxor Elite.
Man, that case, that window is kind of killing it. Like on the side, if that had been like either tempered glass or at the very least just even solid, really, because that I almost got a case similar to that, and like really, this is kind of a throwback to the early 2000s cases, which had like jet shit on the side, make it look like a jet air intake. But
What? I do have to ask, are you a fan of cases that are like really sculpted? You know, like that has like designs that go, like look like some kind of like mech warrior or something, that go way paths away from, just like a box.
I can see the beauty in a crazy bizarro shape like this, and I also can like a plain box.
You said box.
So, your third station for the evening.
Turd.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. Oh, what the? Oh, that's a subwoofer on the bottom.
The picture not the best, but I mean,
Right. Work in progress. Should be step 1, turn on the fucking lights. But then you probably see that MacBook is like living the dongle life. Or I guess it's a Windows desktop, Windows laptop, whatever. All dim cables.
all them dems.
I saw one that they're like, we need some better pictures. And they're like, what, the Imager album isn't working? They're like, it is, but all your pictures are in the dark. And they're like, yeah, my desk is in the grayish. Well, shut the fuck up, pussy. Yeah, so, well, I would say this one's first, this one's second, and this one's third.
You're saying the third one is terrible.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. I mean, okay, yeah, there's a big TV. Yeah, okay, and like really, realistically, the only thing they could realistically do with that is drag a video to it and play, and then lay down on like their bed or something and watch it. Because you're sitting at that desk, you're not turning your head and watching that monitor for shit.
No, it's like crane your neck up there.
You know, all those comments, like whenever someone has a stacked monitor set, doesn't that hurt your neck? No, that doesn't hurt your neck. Putting shit behind you where you got a twist, yeah, that'll hurt your fucking neck. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I heard some like people that do like animation and design and stuff. They had like a corner set up, kind of like how I have, and I guess they would had back problems because a lot of the times they would be just like have their spine twisted and just like typing to the side like this or working on the other computers. And it's like, well, you think that's gonna hurt your spine being like that every day?
Right. I spend 8 hours a day in an uncomfortable position. That can't be bad.
But yeah,
So,
I would probably agree. I mean, I would think that monitors could probably on the first one it probably could have taken it home for me just because it looked really nice, but yeah, like all the presentation of it like really
well,
sucked.
why has he got all his LEDs on with the light on?
Yeah.
Like, if you got your light on, take a picture with the fucking light on. Because now it just looks stupid.
That's stupid.
Your face is stupid. He threw his remote on the floor, threw a lot of LEDs on the desk, and said, I gotta take a picture of this shit. This shit's the bomb, snap.
Yeah,
Didn't
what a
focus.
lot of people don't realize is this isn't taking a picture of your setup. This is doing. You're not taking a picture. You're actually doing a shoot. Really,
Photo shoot.
you're
Like,
doing a presentation.
yeah, people treat it like a setup is Sasquatch. They're like, I got it right after I put it together. I'm so excited. No, you're not.
Yeah, this isn't Instagram where you're just posting it that day or something.
Right. Like I have pictures of, like when someone was saying that how they like their monitor setup, I posted a picture of mine, not on here, but on messaging app I use. And they're like, oh, clean up that mess. I'm like, okay, this picture was taken after I sat the TV down and I just moved everything out of the way so I could do that. So the mess is clean. And I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. There are coasters under the drinks. But your order, sir.
Yeah, I said I'm going the same.
Oh,
First one
I mean,
could have
this-
won it if it wasn't so
Yeah,
crappy.
This one, I mean, the orientation of the photo. Normally, I don't like vertical photos because, like, it
Cell phone.
reminds me of people who take video in vertical orientation, and I want to
hate
stab
that.
them. But it helps when it highlights the asset / feature of the build, and in this case, the subject matter is the monitors. It shows that they're vertical like that. It captures all of them, and it shows, the thing that I figured you like. So,
Yeah, that makes me. I was thinking a while ago, like cell phone makers should, because a lot of them are including like what's some of the newer phones, like the Note 9 or something, has like 5 cameras in it or whatever.
something like that.
Yeah, and it's like, well, you would think by now, since everybody has to do it in like portrait mode, you think they'd have one of the cameras maybe be like in landscape mode when you're holding it normal,
Nah, dog. I saw a headline. I thought I emailed it to myself, but I didn't. So I figured I'd discuss it real quick. So Huawei, you know how they're
Huawei.
Yeah, they're a Chinese company, and they're okay, I guess, if you're GSM, but if you're CDMA like us with Verizon, you're kind of screwed. So, excuse me. Anyway, they announced their newest phone. Here's a close-up picture. They're trying to get it pretty much all screen, right?
Right.
So, their latest idea, the selfie camera is on a slider.
I think we did an article about something like that a long time ago.
Well,
but for another type of phone.
This is brand new. They just decided to launch. Like, I've been trying to find a video of it because everyone's like, it's a fucking slider. Because I remember slider phones. I thought they were cool until I saw someone try to use it. And I'm like, eh. And then, like, yeah, in the reviews, people are like, yeah, they're kind of ripping off the Oppo. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I like to feel something smooth in the back, and to have a bunch of ridges is kind of, I don't know. But anyway, so There are 16 upvotes for the turd. The first one that we voted on got 85, and then number 2, just because he has multiple monitors and LEDs, and we got it's 103. So you apparently win, Crazy Flames, but sorry, we think Cambria Alt should get the shit. So, and we win because it's the internet. Nobody's right, but we're right.
Hey, we're about as right as the internet's right.
Right. Wait, what?
Or it could be the other way around too.
Right.
Oh, this chair's already hurting my bottom.
On your bottom?
And you get one of those. I saw an ad for, I think it was on YouTube or something, for that purple pillow that you use.
Yeah, I got the purple cushion. Now they're everywhere. Like there's always a commercial for the mattress with the dude getting dropped on the eggs. So my theme, coincidentally, I want to say RGB, but I really kind of just went through and saw ones that I was like, that one, that one, that one. So excuse me if I don't quite stick to some kind of theme. This was actually usually I have these picked out first / before I even get the emails sorted, or sometimes even like right after we get done with the show, I wake up the next day and go, oh, this is going on there. So today, actually, I was slacking a bit. I do apologize.
Slackers.
So, but here's the first one. He's got a Corsair thing going because he's got a Corsair mouse, keyboard, and headset there, looks like. I apologize. There's only one shot, too. There's not multiple pictures.
What program is on that monitor? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, that's the Corsair IQ software. It's the RGB control suite. I have it on mine.
Oh, is that like you can control your keyboard and
all your RGB peripherals? Yeah, in the apparently, to show you here,
RAM and shit.
It shows on the left he's got his keyboard, mouse, headphones stand, mouse pad, and I think that's the graphics card there. I think, but I can't tell.
Yeah, I was gonna ask it. Does it do all internal and external shit?
It's whatever is supported by Corsair. Like, obviously, if it's a Corsair brand item, it should control it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, you know how certain things say support Asus, Aura Sync, and then G-Skill has their own thing. But then, yeah, I don't know.
You think Corsair would ever get into GPUs?
Probably not. I mean, there's less licensing and shit being involved. All they gotta do is crank out a few, coolers or whatever, and make them generic enough that they can just, change them up to fit whatever socket.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you would definitely get them. I would bet.
Why do you bet?
Well, I don't know, just because you like Corsair. I mean, you're not really, but then again, you're not really like loyal to one brand, are you?
Nah.
For GPUs.
Nah, dog. I don't give a shit.
You don't give a shit. Well, what was the one? For that article that you sent me? I forget. I have it on the news. We're not gonna talk about it, but you could just mention the brand.
I don't know. I seriously don't know what the hell you're talking about. So,
you better know.
I don't. So, here's another station. Very similar look. Got a little Vault Boy under the monitor.
Oh, it's Sapphire. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, like that shit. Yeah. I kind of like the monitors. They look like they're floating. I can see the molding on the wall that's covering the wires, though.
Uh,
So it kind of ruins it a little bit, but I mean, not too bad. I mean, he took the picture with the potato, so it's a little fuzzy.
yeah, I don't have
RGB,
that shit anyways.
RGB to death. First comment. When they said RGB to death, said it doesn't matter. Had RGB. Hold on, I got a Charlie horse. Shit. Okay.
Yeah, Charlie horse for what?
Jesus Christ. No, my leg, man.
Uh,
My leg, motherfucker. Prize, motherfucker. So where the hell? Okay. So here's a ringer that I didn't intentionally plan on using.
the
That
ringer.
I forgot. I gotta email it to you.
Wasn't that wasn't Knoxville in that movie, The Ringer?
Yeah. I forgot. Hold on, I gotta turn my dark mode off real quick. I can't see the email.
It's broken on that website, huh?
Well, it's fucking Apple. At my work,
Fucking
for some
Apple.
reason, all of a sudden my credentials for my email wasn't working on my phone, and it was only when I was signed on to the work Wi-Fi. When I turned Wi-Fi off, it worked fine.
They already have a fix. Fucking next.
Right. Okay, I'm forwarding you this link here so you can have it for the news. It's not news, but Battlestations where. Anyway, this guy, Hypercell, machine of the future. This is, like I said, on PC Part Picker. Builds will often get what they call featured, which is, they're like just like how Reddit, you can get pushed to the front page if something's awesome enough and enough people upvote it.
You're featured.
Right, this build is a featured build, and oh my god. Hold on, let me find the first picture. I don't like their the way they're okay. Got that Viper RAM. Man, look at those fans.
Yeah, those RGB fans aren't cheap either.
Well, hold on.
It's
So it's Lian Lee case, which once again is not cheap. He's got his waifu up on the case. And yeah, I'm assuming the gender. There's women's all around, so I'm gonna say this is a dude. I do have to commend them. The keyboard has that aluminum under the caps, and it kind of matches the case.
Yeah.
It's like when you had the shitty plastic iMac, so you get the shitty plastic keyboard because it kind of looks like it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the case, when the case has all the lights turned off and then the lights on, I mean, even if these are the cheap, I mean, you can get, it depends on what kind of fans are. Because you can get RGB fans from, Alibaba, eBay, whatever, that are from China, that are like a pack of 10 for, I don't know, however much. So if they blow, fuck it, who cares?
I was gonna say, are the fans blowing from the back, or is that just like a rad there or whatever for liquid cooling?
Well,
Because they wouldn't be blowing on anything if they were just normal fans.
Well, in this orientation, sir, the radiator on top has fans, I'm assuming in an exhaust position, because on the bottom they're set to intake, and the ones on the side are set to exhaust as well.
But yeah, but if the ones on the side, though, they're just pointing towards the other side of the case.
Oh, I mean, if there's a vent that might be blowing out.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what the back side of that case looks like.
Yeah, like at least the top and bottom, at least there'd be some kind of wind going across the motherboard.
Well, I mean, it still is blowing hot air out.
Uh,
So I mean,
uh,
that's always good. It's just kind of, it's still, but plus it's moving the air from, it comes in the bottom and goes out the back and top.
yeah.
So
I
even with
wonder if
the,
anybody does like any kind of like, like in like a virtual thing, if anybody's just try to like simulate like airflow or whatever, and like in a program.
well, I mean, like Jay did a thing where he put steam into a case to show what it looks like.
Yeah. I
No,
guess you
I
could do
take it
that
back.
too.
This guy, he has his fan set up as an intake on the top because the stickers are not on the backs, I think. Well,
Yeah, that
'cause
whatever way the sticker is, that's what the wind is blowing.
and then see also with the lights, with the LEDs off and the lights on, the build itself is technically white and black, which has its own color scheme.
Yeah, that's why it fits good with the colors.
But then see, you shut it off and you turn the LEDs on. Wow, 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 wow.
That's got to be like $250 in fans.
That's
I
what,
think it's
9
like
fans?
$60. Yeah, it's like $60 or something for like a pack of 3. I guess you could get.
I mean, I don't know what the hell what this is the brand say. DS. I'm sure it's in the part list. Let's see here. Because that's the other thing. PC Part Picker, they list their parts. Mouse pad, power supply. Doesn't say,
Well, that's helpful.
right? Bastard. Yeah, see, here's the back of the case,
Oh,
which before, I don't know what kind of panel there is.
and maybe that
Excuse
could
me.
be blowing out the back then.
Why blow me down? Here, I'm stuffing all my. Hey, there's lots of room for cable management.
How
SD. Go ahead.
how is your cable management, by the way? In your case, pretty good.
The case is closed.
So you're saying it doesn't matter?
You can't see it. So shut up. No, it's a fractal design case. So I mean, it's all right. The fractal comes with a shit ton of those Velcro ties, and I only used one zip tie, and it's not even in there tight. It's just holding a wire out of the way.
Okay. Yeah, Linus
So,
did a video on how to cable manage your setup for like if you're having, like if you have a window on both sides.
is this a fold out fucking TV tray, dude?
Don't you read on TV trays?
I mean, I do, but that's he's gaming on one. That RAM's tall too, by the way.
It's thick.
Thick. Like my dick. See? Got weird color combinations here because it's like kind of solid here, right?
Right.
But then here, it's like rainbows. So I don't know.
Yeah, I guess you can adjust them individually, I guess.
I mean, it depends on how your motherboard supports it or your controller supports it. And plus, it also the cheaper fans are proprietary too. So like they have their own controller and the pins you can only use it with those.
Yeah. I wonder if they make any fans. You ever see those like the tires, or they have like I think they did like some kind of fan thing at one of those like CES shows or whatever where it with the rate of spin it's able to make like a design or something or like a display.
Oh, no. No, I didn't see that. That's a weird ass mouse. I mean, I guess he's going for the whole aluminum looking thing, but weird looking. Pictures of the case all empty. Damn it! I tried to get to the last one, and then it goes, "You want the first one, right?" See, this is that speaker that I thought your guy had when like you're like, "Hey, you can't really tell from the picture." This is a gaming illuminated speaker. Parts not available. Interesting to say the least. I'm guessing I want to say that's really a sub, but not really, because you usually don't put the amp and everything in the sub. That's real fucking weird. But anyway. And then I have a bonus station. Bonus.
Sweet.
I was tempted to use this as a regular station, but it's the guy they put cozy basement setup. It's cozy. It's not the word I would use to describe it. Creepy? Dungeony? I mean, they have a pink controller and then pantyhose and stocking, I think, of their wallpaper there, if I remember correctly.
I was saying Doug would like that.
Oh no, Doug will dislike it. Fucking weeb next.
Fucking weeb.
Yeah, panty X stocking. We don't have many basements on the West Coast. People are jealous. Wow.
By the way, Frank, I was talking about something like this with the display.
Yeah, I knew what you meant, but I'd never seen that on a fan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw I think Linus did some kind of video on, like at CES or whatever, and they had like a wall. It was like a wall of fans or whatever, and it made some kind of holographic display.
Uh-huh.
I had to type that in too. But anyways, continue on.
Right. So this is creepy and dungeony, and like I told Ian, I'd assume that those PCs I'd just be so afraid of getting drippage from the pipes and moisture and shit in it. Makes me
dripping of pipe.
Yeah, I mean they got a little folding card table for a desk, which hey, that's all you need, or plastic dining table, whatever, picnic table. A lot of guys use them because you can get them at Costco. I mean, I'm not knocking them, but yeah. Someone's jealous of this panel here. I guess it's from an arcade machine. Like that's what that Pac-Man is, and I'm assuming that's what that is. But yeah, they got a 1080 and a 1800X. So yeah, I can't hate, but they have 86 upvotes. This is my bonus station. That's not really gonna be my vote, but this one has 100 upvotes for PC Part Picker, 283 for RGB to Death, and then 78 for this one.
Okay.
So we're not rating cozy, so I'm gonna go ahead and close it. Slip that back into the basement. So we got this one, and this guy. Which I think there were some complete setup pictures, not just like the components.
Yeah, let's go to that.
I gotta find it. There's so much shit. I mean, My guess is it's a bunk bed setup. That's what it looks like.
Oh yeah.
Which, I mean, cool. If I was living in a dorm, man, I'd have a fucking lag bolt lock thing. That son of a bitch, it'd be like they'd have to steal my whole bunk bed to get my computer.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Can we go to the second one again?
Hold on. I gotta close out the picture. That one.
Oh, okay.
And there's the first one.
I would go with 3-1-2 for my order.
So the crazy fanboy
Yeah, I'm a fanboy of the fanboy.
needs to manage his cables. And then this one.
Yeah. That one's
That one's eh.
Yeah.
Let me see. I didn't even really look at the guts. Ryzen 5, 6 core with a 1070. Does this thing have its specs anywhere? Ryzen 5 1600 with a 1080 though. Ooh. Okay, so that one wins out there in my opinion. Plus they got dual monitors, dog. So I think it's 2-1-3, sad to say.
Oh, really? I thought you would have gone for this one first also.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool, but the guts aren't really. I mean, you got a bunch of cheap ass RGB fans. The case is the most expensive thing in this whole build. I mean, and the monitor is 32 inches. It's 2560 by 1440, which is weird. Isn't that a weird aspect ratio?
Yeah.
75 hertz. And this goofy ass illuminated speaker that I never heard of. Well, it looks
So who
cool.
won that one? With the internet?
Well, let's see.
The votes
We
again.
got 100, 283, and 78. So the internet went 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Well, you and the internet won on that one then.
Well, I went 1, 2, 3. See,
Oh, I
so,
thought you were going with the second one first. Oh, I see.
yeah, second one is first, but the first one is second. See,
Yeah.
so
So there are no
math.
clear winners on this one.
Yeah, well, I mean, 283, he kind of wins out.
Yeah.
He's got everything beat. So Jake A5 or Jake K A5, you the winner, dog. Winner, chicken dinner.
And isn't that more than the winner of mine too? 'Cause I think the winner of mine was only like 100 something, wasn't it?
Sure. I'm not going through that shit to figure it out. That's math. I can't math.
You can't math, huh?
I refuse to math.
You refuse to math.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got it open. Where do you go for the upvotes?
Well,
That on my. I'm screen sharing right now, so.
hold on, dog. You mean on Reddit?
Yeah.
Right there where you see where the up and down arrows on the left top corner?
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's That was 102, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was right then. Oh yeah, by the way, this is what I was talking about though. For the LED display or the fan display thing on my screen.
Uh-huh.
Like
Oh,
a
it's only
whole array of these.
$900.
Yeah. But it's a hologram.
Right. Well, is it time for the news, Ian?
Sure, I guess if you want, man.
If I want,
Yeah, what do you want, Frank?
I want money.
Care about what you want, Frank.
Got any money?
What would you do if you were rich?
If I had $1 million, I'd be rich.
I mean, like, would you think you would start like a business, or do you think you just stare at the wall all day or sleep?
If I was rich,
Yeah. Like,
uh,
what's retired Frank gonna do?
well, retired Frank is not going to be rich. Sorry. No, if I didn't have to go to work, I wouldn't. Um, I have hobbies and interests, and I like to travel. But I'm also lazy. So sitting on a beach with, drink in my hand. What about you?
Well, I mean, if I had a lot of money, I would definitely invest in like a lot of better equipment so I could have, like a start up like a large business or something,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I would be a little bit more proactive with my money because it's like all the money that I save up for is in equipment and, like shit that I would want to work with,
Right.
computer stuff, monitors, like
Toys. I like toys.
functional stuff. Well, I got better 3D printers and all that stuff, photography equipment.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be the type of person where I'd just like have a collection of cars or just like, like have everything solid gold, like just normal rich people stuff. I don't really care about all that.
Uh-huh.
I would buy better expensive stuff that's within my passions.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Would you have like everything gold plated or something?
Kind of like if you can, why not?
Would you be like rappers with all the gold chains and
I'll be like that
ringing
picture
gold
of
teeth?
Puff Daddy when he sees a $1 bill and he goes, "What?" Because he forgot what
What's
the fuck
that?
it looks like.
I'm not speaking English here.
Huh?
I don't understand. You're not talking English.
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens. Yeah.
Right.
Anyways.
The news with Ian.
I'm going to shuffle my stack of mouse pad.
You're what?
I'm going to beat you, Frank, with this mouse pad.
Don't. Ow, no. All right, on.
You like it, Frank.
California legislature passes net neutrality law, the nation's toughest.
Yep, I'm sure you probably have like a billion articles on this already.
What? Really? Really?
Well, this is up your alley, man.
My
I mean, I'm sure you
my
got
article
plenty
is
of internet shit.
gold standard state net neutrality bill approved by California Assembly.
Well, what's going on here, Frank?
Well,
You tell us about this shit, because I'm sure you've know all about this. I've just read about this today, so
right.
That
I mean,
looks pretty cool.
I knew states were going to try to pass net neutrality rules because the FCC is a bunch of sellout assholes. Except for the
with me, oh yeah.
except for the one lady who was like, "Nah, honey, make us stop."
Honey.
That's wrong. I'm being horrible. No, she said, "I'm in the FCC. We're voting to repeal net neutrality. Please make us stop." So, yes, one person tried. The rest suck. But yes, everyone knows. Basically, every other elected official is like, "Wait, people actually read what the fuck net neutrality is? Hey, they want that net neutrality."
Yeah.
So, California is apparently, like they say, the gold standard. California legislators passed the nation's strongest net neutrality law today, restoring Obama-era and open internet protections and setting the state on a potential collision course with federal regulators. Because, yeah, basically they're going to say, you're making regulations that we don't, yeah. If Governor Jerry Brown signs the bill into law in the coming weeks, California will join a growing number of states that have adopted net neutrality rules that conflict with the actions of the FCC that could result in clash that rises all the way to U.S. Supreme Court. The internet is at the heart of the 21st century life, our economy, our public safety and health systems, and our democracy, said the bill's author, Senator Scott Wiener. So when Donald Trump says he decided to take a wrecking ball to net neutrality protections, we knew that California had to step in to ensure our residents have access to a free and open internet. So...
What I don't know too much about states' rights and stuff like that, but if all the states are like we want net neutrality, is the United States, like the federal government, bigger than the sum of its parts?
Well, basically, Congress can repeal net neutrality. Basically, if all the states pass legislation to reinstate net neutrality, then they can go, look, this is obviously what the people want. The FCC is not listening to the people. They put up fronts like, oh, you can put comments on our page that we're not going to read. And by the way, we got hacked. We actually didn't. And I mean, the thing is, if it gets brought up by all the different states, it, like they said, it can trickle up. It can go to the Supreme Court. And then they go, well, look, y'all can't decide, so boom, we're going to either let each state decide what they want to do, which would be fucking chaos. If each state was in charge of you remember how freaked out we were that Newegg and some companies were charging retroactively for sales tax for shit you bought 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Imagine how crazy it would be if your internet operated on a state-by-state basis. They can't keep up with the shit in one state, let alone having to remember, oh, that's right, we can't do that in California, but we can do it in, Mississippi, and we can't do it in here.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, you ever see those things that are like, this product is known in the state of California to cause cancer or whatever.
Right. Your internet package is going to have this package is known to repress your rights and freedoms in the state of California. I mean, it's basically they're trying to set a precedent, is what it is. They're trying to say, look, it's going to be like they said, the gold standard. It's going to be like Roe v. Wade. Eventually, if this becomes this is what the fuck they want, then there's no going back. They can't just do. The FCC won't be able to just do what they want, which I don't think they should. And especially if the elected officials come up with this and we end up keeping those elected officials, because election time is coming for a lot of different areas, and I see this being a big thing.
Well, it's like I was saying before, they really should have term limits, because I'm pretty sure Jim Pye can stay in there as long as he wants, right?
Well, until the next president. I mean, he's just ahead of. I don't think he wasn't voted. He was appointed.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know who the hell would be the equivalent of Obama, but somebody can go, no, you're not in here anymore. It's someone else.
Right, but if they just really aren't paying attention to the, like that area, because Trump pays attention to a lot other things, like immigration, all the other shit. Like sometimes they just probably, I don't know if they just don't even care, or they like him. He could still stay in there probably.
Well, I mean,
because he has to specifically say, no, I want you out of here, right?
I mean, I don't know if he's exclusively over that branch or if someone else can, because the Attorney General can fire the head of the FBI, but the president, I can't remember if the president can or not. That's getting into politics there. There's certain checks and balances.
Trump's hair.
Right. But the thing is, if he can't fire him, he'll put someone else in place who will fire him. So I think they said in his White House only like 40% of the people that were there when he started are still there in his White House, let alone because he already didn't fill cabinet like positions, like agencies or entire departments. No one's running them. And oh, we don't need them. We got me. No, the people in charge of healthcare should still be in charge of healthcare. I'm not calling you because my cable went out. And the FCC said, well, send it to Federal Trade Commission because that's apparently right.
Yeah. Do you think we're in a day and age now where it's kind of like pointless to just have one person in charge?
I mean, the whole figurehead concept is nothing new, but we're getting really broad here with our reach.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just have multiple bosses because then nobody's in charge. Because if Congress was in charge of every fucking thing, nothing to get done because they want to appease everybody. So
right, but there's so many different sectors. It's like you kind of spread yourself thin, don't you, with everything?
Well, I mean, you do the same if you just have multiple people doing it.
I guess, but it's like you said, the people should be in charge of healthcare, and then you have people that do this or that.
There are vacant seats that have not been filled, is my point. I mean, if everything was running like a well-oiled machine, we wouldn't notice. We'd have to look for the hang-ups. Instead, they're just, oh, by the way, the thing blew up today. Why? No one was running the machine. If you have a conveyor belt with turds popping out on it, and no one's at the end of the conveyor belt to put a basket down, and the thing just keeps dropping turds, guess what? You're going to have a bunch of turds on the floor at some point. By the way, you had the same story I did. I can't remember if mine was a Tech Dirt article or not. The headline was the same.
I figure I checked it out. It's not too long, but it's like I just saw the title and it's like, oh, I have to get this one in there.
Yeah, because it's like, the argument has always been the FCC. Oh, okay, hold on. I'll do you one better. If I get rid of this. Ars Technica. FCC can define markets with only one ISP as competitive. Court rules.
Motherfuckers.
It's like, it's not it. You know how they say, like, we can't get the kids to test well. Well, then change the requirements for the test. No, motherfucker. We can't get good internet. We'll change the standards for what's good internet, and then we'll meet it. Are you fucking stupid? I mean, it's the whole reason they broke up Ma Bell. If you remember that, when Bell Telephone was a fucking monopoly, and they said, no, break it up into smaller companies. Right?
Right.
But you go anywhere and there's one ISP. Yeah, that's competition. They compete with fucking nobody. What are they going to do? Look in the mirror and go, hey, me, we're competitive. Yeah, me. Okay, that's good enough. An appeals court has upheld an FCC ruling that broadband markets can be competitive even when there is only one internet provider. It doesn't even say ISP. I don't know how to make this any simpler. One internet provider, one company that provides you the internet. This thing you're listening to this show on.
Okay, let's
just do me.
Hold on. Let's define this. What's the definition of competition? The activity or condition of competing. An event or contest in which people compete, plural noun. So it has to be more than one thing.
An adjective relating to or characterized by competition, a competitive sport. As good or better than others of a comparable nature. You can't compare one company to itself unless you're talking like growth. And even that right there is a business. Look at this chart that shows where we were a year ago and how much more money we're making now. That's not competition. That's the definition. FCC voted last year to eliminate price caps imposed on some business broadband providers such as AT&T and Verizon. The FCC decision eliminated caps in any given country if 50% of potential customers are within a half mile of a location served by a competitive provider. This is known as the competitive market test. Basically, if you got a bunch of different providers, then there's no cap because there's competition. Because of this, broadband using businesses might not benefit from the price controls even if they have just one choice of ISP. The FCC decision was challenged in court by competitive local exchange carriers, assholes, and purchasers of business broadband, including Sprint and Windstream. But the FCC order was mostly upheld yesterday in ruling by the U.S. Court of Appeals in the 8th Circuit. This gives me no hope in humanity. Friend of mine showed me a video of somebody kicking a baby, and they said this lowers their faith in humanity. This lowers mine. The title says that, it's like, I am not lying, and then, comma, this is a lie. Which statement's true?
Well, they're basically saying
markets as competitive, but with one ISP. What am I reading?
We define as one person as multiple people.
It's. I understand all these words separately. I mean, by the way, before you go anywhere else, with another.
Well, before you get into that, what was the court? Because I mean, it is just one court, so I don't. Unless if it was like, was that the Supreme Court or something?
No, the I fucking scrolled past it. The Court of Appeals, 8th Circuit.
Uh,
But no. Anyway, I already said that. So I have some net neutrality stories. God damn it, let me throw them in here.
okay.
So,
Are they
another
pretty different?
Another piece of shit people news. A GPI killed net neutrality, but still wants you to love the FCC.
Oh, look at that. Fucking smile.
The FCC launched a podcast yesterday, playfully named after George Carlin's famously explicit stand-up routine. The show, More Than 7 Dirty Words, will interview people inside and outside the FCC with what the commission does and how it impacts the real world. But the podcast introduction, the FCC announcement about it, reveals something odd and frustrating that speaks to the current state of the commission. The FCC thinks no one cares about what it does. The podcast host, Evan Swarstraber, how to pronounce that, previously of the libertarian think tank Tech Freedom, opens with an explanation for people who haven't had the pleasure of taking a telecom law class. Oh boy. And closes with the tongue-in-cheek promise of attempting to achieve the impossible, make telecom policy interesting. It's not. Here's the thing. Telecom policy is really, really interesting. Just ask the millions of people who figured out the agency's Byzantine commenting system in order to leave their thoughts on the 2017 proceeding to end net neutrality, or the millions who commented on the 2014 proceeding too. So, yeah. People care. They just don't. They just have the opinions that people don't. The FCC doesn't like. It's like Trump saying, "Oh no, my Twitter is very popular. No one's on it that I don't like." Well, no, Mr. President, you can't block people. Well, no, I don't. I don't want to not block people. I want to block people. They're not listening to the people, which is who they're paid to fucking represent, and they're supposed to listen to. If I call my plumber and tell him my toilet's clogged, and he says no, it isn't, that does me no good. I mean, pretty much. What do you think of that?
Well, I just have to say, like, people, like, I mean, this stuff sounds like it gets pretty political, but like, I mean, no matter what side you're on, I mean, how could you agree with you getting your wallet fucked?
Yeah, they're pissing on your leg and telling you it's raining.
Yeah, I mean, you like money, don't you? Don't you want money?
Well, see, but the thing is, they prey on, they hope that people are too lazy and or stupid to go to the website and put in comments, and then when they flood it, they go, "Oh no, we're not going to read those yet." No. But the people that wouldn't bother to read them would be senior citizens, right?
Right.
They love this picture, by the way. Every article about the fucking thing is this picture. Pause. Robocalls tells seniors net neutrality raises phone bills by $30. Updated. Apparently, this is article. A campaign to stop net neutrality rules in California is targeted by senior citizens with robocalls, claiming that the rules will raise cell phone bills by $30 a month and slow down their data. They tell enough old people that, I heard that on the Fox News. The president said that, so shit must be true. If old people make up their mind on something, regardless of facts, they'll believe it. And if a young person says, I have friends that are older, and you say, no, all you have to do is look online in 5 seconds and you find out that's not true. Oh, no, I don't believe that internet shit. It's on the internet. It can't be true. Ooh.
Well, it's just like people just like to pick a side, whether they're getting screwed or not. It's like, I don't know. I don't really watch sports that much, but from what I've remember is like, every time like the Indians lose or whatever, my dad, he'll still root for them loyally. It doesn't matter how many times they lose.
Mm-hmm.
He just sticks with it.
I mean, what is it they say? I mean, I don't like the current president, but he's the captain of this ship, and I kind of want him to do well because that means we'll do well.
Right.
But they actually have a tweet here from Scott Wayne, the guy who drafted the net neutrality bill.
Yeah.
We're now dealing with straight up misinformation campaign on our net neutrality bill, and they has, I guess, a clip of where they an answer machine got the robocall. You heard that?
What are you drinking on? Are you drinking that balls?
No, son. I can't do that. I already had Mountain Dew. I'll die. You don't want me to die.
Up? No, I don't
Yeah.
want you to die, man. Yet.
Shut up. Yeah, it's 7-Up. I was gonna drink balls, but I said nah because I don't have any large containers of the cherry flavor. I was trying to explain balls to Floyd. He has not had any, and when I explained the caffeine and sugar content, he's like, "Man, my Monster's got more than that." I go, "Yeah, your Monster is also, the size of like 4 of these drinks." Because then when you look up the milligrams to ounces, because Monster is like what 24 ounces. A 10-ounce bottle of balls has just under what a 24-ounce can.
By the way, did you talk to Floyd about that popcorn lung that I was saying about the other?
Nah, he's trying to not vape because our insurance they don't want you to smoke or vape.
Yeah.
So he's plus you save money by not buying the shit.
You get it. You're trying to stop vaping.
We get it. You wasted money on a vapor. I mean, at least the place don't smell like cigarettes and tobacco. It just smells like Fruit Loops.
Yeah. You ever go into those like vaping stores, like the incense and the candle stores and stuff?
No. We got vape stores here, and we had our last Quiznos turned into a vape shop.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Quizno subs.
Well, you have these. You should probably go to my next story then. That's kind of related to this. There's that net neutrality wouldn't be responsible. This thing probably could be. The T-Mobile Sprint merger will bring higher prices. Small carriers tell FCC. That's what could bring higher prices.
Boy, they're still talking about that.
I guess so.
That's been like a rumor thing for a minute. I thought that shit fell through.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it was recent on.
Yeah, this is a current date. So, Sprint is the only big carrier offering decent roaming prices. Trade group says.
It's a long one.
Oh, that's what she said. I'm just going to read some bullet points here. T-Mobile USA's proposed acquisition of Sprint would harm competitors and consumers, particularly in rural America. Lobby group for small carriers say. Well, yeah, if the rural people can't get Sprint, then they're not going to have competition. Plus, I think didn't they say if it's a rural area without a lot of options, sometimes like the government is forced to have to pick cheaper carriers, all that for their government issue. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Removing Sprint from the equation through further industry consolidation will result in less competition, which will drive prices higher for consumers and will be decidedly contrary to the public interest.
Well, what's this about T-Mobile deceive customers?
While T-Mobile has focused on building a better network in cities, the carrier has failed to offer strong coverage in rural areas and has deceived rural customers about the network limitations. Yeah, so basically, if all the Sprint customers have to become T-Mobile customers and their service sucks, because Sprint is technically a different network. It's like CDMA, right? Like Verizon, kind of.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I
So
remember we did an article about that. The false ringtone that they were using because it acted like it was going through or whatever.
right, if your call couldn't be made, it would just ring and go, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah.
You put the blame on you.
Yeah.
I mean, this is exactly why they, oh, competition. Oh no, they can, have these packages and have more money. When they give away Netflix and Dish, things, then they can afford to pay more money for mergers to get those smaller companies to grow bigger and bigger and bigger and screw us over.
Is our network infrastructure just like the worst country now?
Oh, what, like the phone infrastructure?
Well, phone and broadband.
Well, I know like phone that all the other networks actually lie. Like when they show the graphs, they're like, actually, no, this is not accurate. So,
Okay.
so like, I mean, Verizon I think is the closest, but I think they said even it wasn't as good as like that was an ad for a minute because like they always say, oh, Sprint's almost as good as Verizon, and they're like, they may be number 2, but it's numbers wise, it's still quite a jump.
Well,
Like if
I
you
heard something like they have like 5G is like standard now in China or whatever.
yeah, all the rest of the world is further advanced technologically. Any of our infrastructure, I hate to go political again. They have
Trump's hair.
bullet trains. Well, I don't want to just blame Trump. The entire entirety of the U.S.'s state of mind and our thinking. We should have. I saw the headline about they want to put an express bullet train from the brothels in Vegas to I don't know, something in Chicago, and I'm like, sure, why not? That'd be a tourist destination. People will go and pay money. We should have a bullet express train to any fucking where in the U.S. If I could go to Florida in 4 hours, yeah. If you're, and people are afraid the Hyperloop is still like that's a theory and a consideration, and people on the radio, oh, I'm afraid to get that. It goes 300 miles an hour. You're not strapped to it. I doubt you'd be the first one in it. Gotta try something new, pussy. I mean, let Elon Musk come here, bore a couple holes, and then stick some trains in it.
Nah, that's boring.
Okay, so let me go to your next article here, sir. Reachers show Alexa skill squatting could hijack voice commands. Oh no. Homophones and mistakes at voice
Homophobes with.
Yeah, and voice processing could be used to phish Echo users. Research finds. Does anyone have the full size Echo? Everyone gets the fucking dot or that spot, the clock looking thing. No one buys this big tube, right? Because I mean, really, we have a dot, and the thing about the dot is you can either use it as is it plenty loud as is, but if you don't want to use it as is, you can connect it to a Bluetooth speaker, and then it does away with the whole point of having this fucking thing. Because who doesn't have a Bluetooth speaker in their house?
I don't. I just play from my phone.
Yeah, but you're not an iPod kind of guy, right? You don't need something to go jogging. You don't need a thing while you're at work to listen to tunes. So you don't have to have. I mean, my wife's not tech savvy, and she has iPod speakers and all that shit. Bluetooth speakers they're the headphone and the speaker guys that I watch their reviews, they turn down all day, every day. People that say, "Hey, you want to review our Chinese shitty Bluetooth speaker?" They're $20. You can get them at any gas station. So, anyway, the success of Internet of Things devices such as Echo and Google Home have created an opportunity for developers to build voice-activated applications that connect ever deeper into customers' homes and personal lives. And according to research by a team from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, the potential to exploit some of the idiosyncrasies of voice recognition machine learning systems for malicious purposes has grown as well. Yes, of course. With any kind of fucking programming, there's gonna be people hacking it and fishing it and figuring out shit. As soon as you patch it and update it, they'll come out with a new one. This is just the nature of the beast. I mean, am I wrong here?
No, I mean, you're right. It's the Internet of Things.
It's Master's voice. There have been a number of recent demonstrations of attacks that leverage voice interfaces. In March, researchers showed that even when Windows 10 is locked, the Cortana Assistant responds to voice commands, including opening websites. I mean, it's a game of cat and mouse. You want all these features. There's, unless you have a wall garden where no one can get into it, and that's really hard to do. Even Apple's having a problem with it. I mean, especially if you want any kind of growth, you're gonna have to come up with ways for people to do things. It's like in gaming when people got mad at Bethesda for their whole Creators Club thing and paid mods. Well, they want to have a bit of a leash on it. Same thing here with that they want people to expand it so people will buy the damn device and use it, so they don't have to make apps for it. Other people will fuck with them. But the thing is, bad people can fuck with them.
Well,
go ahead.
It says the vulnerability goes beyond just audible voice commands. In a separate paper presented at Usenix Security this month, researchers demonstrated that audio embedded in a video soundtrack, music stream, or radio broadcast could be modified to trigger voice commands in automatic speech recognition systems without being detected by a human listener. Most listeners couldn't identify issues with the altered songs. Skill squatted attacks could pose a more immediate risk. It appears that researchers found that developers are already giving their application names that are similar to those of popular applications. Some of these, such as fish facts, a skill that returns random facts about fish, aquatic vertebrates, and fish facts, PHISH, a skill that returns facts about Vermont-based jam band, are accidental, but others, such as cat facts, which means cat facts, are obviously intentional. So basically, they found that it's possible to make like malicious skills for the Alexa, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So like you said, yeah, the people can the other, like the third party developers and stuff, could make malicious shit for this. It could be, you've seen too many games and apps and stuff in legitimate stores that were bundled with crap that you didn't want. I mean, I actually got a virus on my actual phone I was telling you about.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because I was trying to get like these perks in my one game that I play all the time, because if you like downloaded and ran a game, they'd give you something for free in the game. And I tried that like a bunch of times, and from one of the games it was like bundled with some kind of virus, and I had to download all these other virus apps to get rid of that shit. Yeah. But I mean, I guess a lot of people download those skills and stuff for Alexa, right?
Well, yeah, it expands the usability of her.
Yeah. So basically, that's the deal with that. I mean, it's pretty lengthy article, but I mean, you read it if you want.
I mean,
we encourage you to read.
I'm not gonna do that.
You're not. I'm not talking to you.
No.
I know you're not gonna do that shit.
I mean, everybody else should read, but
yeah,
I already, I understand that. Yes, it's gonna, it's gonna be a problem. It's not gonna go away just because we want it to go away. Why can't they fix it? Well, because you let too many people have it. I mean, people were already, against the idea of having a smart speaker because they view it as wiretapping and yada yada. Well, your phone already does it. Your neighbor's phone already does it. I'm sure equipment that wasn't even made to pick up sound does it, like radios.
It's only
now
going to get
probably.
worse and worse with your toaster being able to listen to you.
Well, like we had said, anything can run Cody. Imagine this, professionals probably make actual fucking crazy apps that, if you want to get all tinfoil hatty, they can run whatever they want. And we wouldn't know because we didn't build it, we didn't build it. We don't know what the hell we're doing.
Yeah, and like if you're like a mom or dad and you're working 2 jobs, you can't like prevent all that shit. You'd be like, oh, I'm gonna make sure this isn't turned on between this and this hours,
Right. I mean, especially I hate to say it, older people aren't really tech savvy. Have to have their kids hook it all up anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's another thing that, I mean, I understand like a lot of parents, like it's really hard to monitor like everything that your kid does, with technology.
Speaking of monitors, remember there was a dark web site for baby monitors.
Mm-hmm.
People cracking into those for some reason. Why do those need anything?
Yeah, it's just something that we have to face. We can't run away from everything.
Right. Just because it's not everybody wants to see what their kid's doing on their phone, but just because they want to give the option, now someone else can hack into it and see what your kid's doing, and that's the problem.
Yeah. Well, as we're getting more connected, it's like how we have to. These are things that we have to figure out. What the fuck are we gonna do about all this shit?
It's a back door, just like the Internet of Things is. Like I said, it's a back door, and it's setting up back doors, and it's a big problem. I mean, because we're coming into the. Everything is apps are a service now. Everything's a service. Windows desktop is going to be a service. Adobe Suite is a service because they do better with subscription than they do with selling it to you once. Because they sell it to you once, and then people find a hack and they get a code, and then they get the free version. So they get a monthly service and they milk you, but now they don't have developers because they have to keep making updates. So they do beta testing, let the community do it, and the code's out there. People get it, they hack it, they mod it, and it's all out there.
Also, do you think we're gonna be, like we're headed to where like with video games and like computer programs, everything being on the cloud, like the Adobe cloud and everything, like everything's calculated on there. I mean, we've done plenty of articles on that. Like, you think the actual hardware that we use at home is going to be less and less relevant, where it's like it's going to be more about how good of an internet connection you have versus how good of a graphics card that you have,
For everyday computing, probably. Because, I mean, already it's coming to that point where, because if you think about it, your internet usage is monitored at work for most people. So even though you physically do have hardware, your, progress is still going to be limited by a data cap. And now, like, the general person is not going to probably even notice. I mean, with the internet speeds now, like, what is it? 25 is considered broadband. I mean, most people aren't even going to notice if they're just web browsing. It's when you start getting up in quality to like 4K that's going to require higher broadband. I think it goes back to the infrastructure. If the companies are going to have to pay more for faster, internet, for more servers, et cetera, they're going to try to lower the standards, but then they're just going to lose out, and people are going to stop buying their shit because they want better. They've got the money, and the market's there. It's just they have to invest the money to have the resources.
Right.
So
yeah, like everybody's gonna eventually gonna have like the same type of computer device, like the same type of
I mean, they do already. I mean, if you go to a certain job, every computer, like at my job, every computer is the same, unless it's a specialized machine. I've seen computers that are still running XP in practice, but they're hooked up to machines that don't connect to the internet that do one thing and one thing well. So they skimped out on that. They don't need to upgrade it versus, for what we do, like I said, where I work, in receiving and shipping, we're server based now because they want real time updates. That's the only way to get that.
Yeah, because they don't want to have to roll everything out on every computer.
Well,
I remember back in the day when like the IT people at our art institute had to update and install the programs on every computer in the computer labs.
Oh, and then when somebody downloaded a virus when I was in college to the network, it was literally one guy going to every computer and uninstalling the shit.
Yeah.
But can you imagine running a virus scan on multiple computers? That's your entire day. But in XP machines, that's what you did. And now, now they've VNC into it. They say, okay, which one are you on? Okay, I'm on it. Okay, go ahead and do your thing. And I mean, just even the database, for the company I work for, we had a guy who wrote a program that used Access to make spreadsheets and all of our data, but we had so much that his little hodgepodge system couldn't do it, so we had to buy. And you got to go with other companies that can do the cloud computing, and even iCloud is now on fucking Google servers, right? I mean,
yeah.
But
it's gonna be scary because like eventually probably Nvidia is gonna and AMD is they're gonna stop making cards for us. It's just gonna be equipment for them for their servers for us to be on.
I mean, it depends on how quickly they can upgrade, and a lot in the industrial grade they don't upgrade that often. Server grade components, I don't see that being an issue for a while, because the company's not going to upgrade if they don't have to. That's why a lot of companies on servers run Linux, because it's free. All you have to do is get someone who's certified in it.
Well, I thought all that AMD Epic shit was pretty new. There's starting to put in a lot of servers, I thought.
Well, I mean, they got the new what is it, the excuse me. They've got that GPU that'll run VMs, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So that's, I mean, just think about where we're at.
Did you see Linus's? I think it was sort of recent where they were trying to back up they were trying to do an off-site backup of the petabyte project where and yeah, and they were running into all different kind of issues with trying to do some kind of accounts and stuff to back that up. Like all the cloud services that they tried, they was very limited, and the speeds that they were going to let you copy everything over to was it would take them years just to copy everything over.
Right.
They said with all their red footage already that they've had, it's already taken up 300 or 400 terabytes or something like that. So
I mean,
yeah, they ended up doing some kind of custom scripting with using multiple accounts on, I forget what cloud drive that they were using, but it made me think about that one article that we did with when they were there was I think it was you did it, an article about them Amazon having trucks come to back up your space or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, if you've got the the data, I just can't. I don't know. I watched the video of why we shoot in 8K. I can understand the concept, kinda, but not really, because it doesn't justify the excess storage and cost just yet.
Right.
So eventually people will have it. So you think that people will be loading your videos from 4 years ago? Nah. I watched a couple of old like I watched a review of a case and I didn't realize how old it was, and then my feed all of a sudden had these tech reviews with 980s and shit in it. And you see Jay talking about, tiny megabytes of shit, and you're like, "Ooh, no, no, my phone has more in it than that."
Well, I
But
mean, the only reason that you would want to have a higher resolution than the actual one that you're publishing to the internet is so you could do, like, like post production on it. Like, if you do like software stabilization with the video, that actually crops down your video a little bit. So you would want a little bit extra, like, space around your frame,
hmm,
or if you're trying to do, uh, you ever see like somebody like doing like a video edit where they're actually just zooming in on the screen, but then the problem with that is then you're actually just, like, you're zooming in more on the pixels, so you would want it to be a higher resolution. It's kind of like doing a digital zoom on your camera
hmm,
with your phone. You know how it
yeah,
just,
digital versus optical. Yeah, I get you.
yeah. So if you could do a digital zoom with an 8K, you would still have it would still be really sharp, and it would, you'd still probably have more than, say, if you zoom into like 6K, you'd still have more pixels, than you need.
Right. Well, dog, it's
That's my
damn
guess.
near midnight, and we haven't even got through all your articles yet. So
Right.
let's stay on track. Focus.
Okay, so that's it for my tech news. For the hardware news, I don't know if you've heard about this one.
Intel included gag order in microcode update. Update gag order removed. Nope, I didn't hear nothing about this. They fixed it next? What's up?
Yeah, they fixed it. Next, so you heard about the microcode update with the Spectre and Meltdown?
Yeah.
Well, apparently the people that there was something in the EULA for people that did that where you couldn't do like any benchmarks or anything with it, because you remember when we were talking about like the performance hit that you get after doing that. Like, everybody's gonna have a performance hit now. It's like, what was it, like 5 to 10% CPU usages would end up taking just to be able to, like, patch this or whatever.
Okay.
I remember I think it was Jay was talking about it. I watched one of Jay's video and I mentioned it and I was like, holy shit, this is actually a thing. He said I'm gonna benchmark it anyways, because he was gonna test what the performance is before you do the microcode patch with the Spectre and Meltdown, and then after. And I guess there actually was a noticeable hit, especially on like older processors like the FX, and especially if you're like on Windows 7 and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess after everybody had an uproar about that, where they're like, "Oh yeah, you can't benchmark or anything like that," then they're like, "Oh shit, we're gonna take this out of here."
Right.
Yeah. It says you will not allow any third party to use, copy, distribute, sell, or offer to sell software or associated documentation, modify, adapt, enhance, disassemble, decompile, reverse engineer, change, or create derivative works from the software, except and only to the extent as specifically required by mandatory applicable laws or any applicable third-party license terms accompanying the software, use or make software available for use or benefit of third parties, or use the software on your products other than those that include Intel hardware products, which is kind of weird. Platforms or software identified in the software, or publish or provide any software benchmark or comparison test results.
You don't say.
Yes. So like they were kind of trying to sneak that in there where like we don't want anybody to know about that, you know.
Right.
We don't want anybody to know that there was a performance hit with that. What do you think about that? Is that kind of
in the license agreement, you agree to have your lips sewn to someone else's butthole. Remember, they agreed to this.
Well, the other thing that was fishy to me that this article didn't really point out is use the software on your products other than those that include the Intel hardware products. So like I thought that the Spectre Meltdown was, you know, like that affected AMD as well. So if are you a breach of EULA if you're using this update with an AMD chip? I mean, that'd be kind of messed up.
Don't know, dog.
I don't know if anybody's that is listening that could clarify on that. Maybe
nobody's listening to this shit.
Frank could check the chat or the comments, Frank.
You didn't know they existed, and now you want me to check them all the time? What page are they on? Give me the link, Ian. I'll wait.
I don't know, Frank.
Why don't you know, Ian? Your show, Ian. It's on your channel, dog.
And nobody listening.
I don't know. Oh, where the hell is the live comment?
This video.
I'm on the stream. I don't see it.
Oh, actually, there is a
there's a couple from
Adolf Hitler. Hi, guy. Hey, gay. Or hi, gay.
Hi, too. Hi, sir. Oh, boy. Hitler's watching us.
Hitler. What if that's actually Floyd with another username?
I'll have to ask him. Are you Hitler? Yes. You agree to have your lips sewn to someone else's butthole.
By the way, do you kill Hitler and Wolfenstein? Is he like the main boss guy?
No, that's a spoiler, dog. I can't be giving no spoilers away.
Oh, man.
You won't go out and buy the game if I tell you.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy the game even if you do tell me.
This Sapphire Vega 64 with 3 free games is $500 right now. Why, where'd you get this story, Ian?
I got it all on my own, Frank.
No,
nobody helped me.
Right?
No, this looks like a pretty good deal, though. And it was an article that you liked me too, so.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know the game. I think the games are like crap. And whether it's an Assassin's Creed game. So, I mean, if you want that, I mean, it for the longest time, like the cheap deals were always the 580s and shit. That's all that you 580. And then I saw this, I was like, man, right when I stopped giving a crap about the Vega cards. Because I already stopped giving a crap about the 1080s when they came out with the 280s.
Yeah, Frank's all about those Ray ops or whatever.
Yeah. Gigaflops. But yeah, I mean, the RX Vega 64 is roughly equivalent to GTX 1070 Ti, which is now priced around $450 to $500. So, may not seem like much, but it comes with 3 free games.
I don't think that's accurate because, like, the 1080 Ti, at least from the, like, a newer game like the Far Cry 5, it was only like 5 FPS before the 1080 Ti. At least from the results that I've seen.
I don't know. All those specs don't matter anymore.
Yeah, it's all about ray ops. That's all
Eventually,
that matters.
like they'll get it and they'll convert it to unit. It's like they got a bunch of shit from England and they brought it back to the States, and we have to go. Okay, now this is dollars now. Oh, so I have less money. Shit.
Yeah.
So, but since we're
We
going
could-
from a graphics card, we're going into that game news, right?
No, yes, you're right. Yes. No, yes, no.
Boy, these little pictures on the side are kind of creepy and gross. Kind of freaking me out. I'm gonna zoom enhance.
I don't see any pictures.
Well,
With my
this-
dark theme on them.
This eye
Uh,
and this thing of maggots or whatever the fuck it is.
Ew, what is
I think it says fat. I don't know.
that?
Riot Video Games apologizes to follower staff following poisonous office allegations. What?
Yep, a lot of sexual abuse going on.
Oh boy. With the awakening of social activism via social media ramping up lately, lots of behaviors and office circumstances have been put beneath the highlight and scrutinized. Or, I did read that right. Lots of behaviors and office circumstances have been put beneath the highlight and scrutinized and beneath the highlight. I think that's what's throwing me off there. And scrutinized in methods like, oh, okay, in methods like by no means earlier than. What?
Well, Frank can't math or read tonight.
I'm reading and the words aren't. I understand all these words separately. This is not a sentence. This is a bunch of words with a period at the end of it. In the awakening of social activism, okay, that's a thing, via social media ramping up lately. Okay, so they're using the description and saying what it's doing in the same. Okay, that's acceptable, I guess. Lots of behaviors and office circumstances, that's the subject, have been put beneath the highlight. Is that a thing that people say?
No.
I can say shining a spotlight on it would be a term, but I've never. I mean, technically they're not wrong because a highlight goes over top of it to highlight it, and scrutinized in methods like by no means earlier than. What the fuck does that even mean? You could just say like no other, and it would make sense. But like by no means earlier. I never heard earlier. Have you heard that?
No.
Okay. Sorry to dig into this first sentence here. Lots of your favorite firms have additionally come beneath hearth for sure allegations associated to habits deemed uncouth. Riot Video Games was one of many latest firms to have the highlight shown on its office conduct, and the outcomes introduced lots of chatter throughout the gaming business. As an alternative of shirking the experiences, Riot embraced them and determined to apologize to its followers and the workers that work there. Sexism, misogyny. Oh boy. Over the. I'm not gonna read the whole thing here. I'm trying to find where to jump in. Where's their apology? Their
Well, it says,
Poster
we're
goes-
sorry. We're sorry that Riot hasn't been at all times been or wasn't the place we promised you, and we're sorry it took so lengthy for us to listen to you.
It took so length. Is that what it said?
Yeah, it took so lengthy. These people can't English.
Wow. Was this an English article?
No, it was all translated.
It's from Today, Chan, which that sounds fake.
Yeah. Well, I heard about this from the No. So
I mean, I don't doubt that this is actually a thing. It's just this site needs spell check.
yeah,
But it's good they're apologizing, I guess, but they should fire people that did bad things.
yeah,
Oh,
that would be the
fucking
right thing to do. Yeah,
I mean, other than apologize, we're sorry that the boss did this bad thing, but we're not gonna demote him or anything. He's still gonna be your fucking boss. He's just sorry now. He's
yeah.
always been a sorry boss, but now he says he's sorry. Tencent loses $20 billion in market valuation amid Chinese government crackdown on gaming. What the hell is Tencent?
Tencent. Oh, they have a link for it.
Sure. China's leader, Xi Jinping, expressed concerns this week that gameplay was damaging children's eyesight. His remarks telegraphed for tighter regulation over the number of online games and new titles released, limits on the time spent gaming, and a rating system for age appropriateness. The regulations come on top of a months-long freeze in game approvals that casting a cloud of uncertainty over the world's largest game market. The latest news hit Tencent like a rock, sending its shares tumbling on the Hong Kong exchange.
Okay,
So basically, it's their problem. It's all your fault that our kids are being stupid like them Americans.
it says Tencent Holdings Limited is a Chinese multinational investment holdings conglomerate.
Wow.
But yeah, basically they're cracking down on gaming there, with like the amount of hours, because there people play games over there like way more, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got the Chinese farmers, they call them.
Yeah.
Was it China where that guy was at the internet cafe and died because he didn't take a break?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it says limits on the time spent gaming and a rating system for app appropriateness or age appropriateness. I'm sorry. The regulation comes on top of a months long freeze in game appeals that casting a cloud of uncertainty over the world's largest game market. Latest news hit Tencent like a rock.
Well, that's good, Ian, because when I think of, standards and regulations, I think of China as being the best of the... Did I say that?
Well,
I'm more interested in the second story you got here, but go ahead.
Well, it's just another thing of like trying to, like the blame on video games for everything,
Right, even though it's been... Has it been proved over and over again that that's just a bunch of crap?
Yeah.
No, this isn't us being bad people. It's the media that our young people are consuming that's making them bad. Yeah, it's not the fact that we beat them. Fucking fags. I mean...
But anyways, let's go on. The world of soft robots could actually be the gross future we need.
Sorry, I started typing something. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. The robots look somewhere between ridiculous and creepy as they shimmy up walls, bop up and down, and sort crockery. Sorry, you know why I'm doing that. Ridiculous because their motions seem like the machine equivalent of a drunk uncle on a wedding dance floor, as extraneous motion and unearned convenience, but creepy because there's something deeper, something more fundamentally alive in strange, silly movements. These robots, soft robots, to be a hair more technical, may look like a mere novelty, but there's a reason the research behind them is featured Wednesday in the journal Science Robotics. Jamie, how do you pronounce that? Pike?
Sure, we'll go with that.
One of the creators and the director of the
Sure.
Reconfigurable Robotics Laboratory at the Swiss Institute of Technology, tells Inverse these machines have a chance to revolutionize how humans and robots interact. It's a shift that's really begun to take hold over the past 3 years. Our focus in robotics and the design of robotics has changed from making robots faster and more intelligent, more accurate than humans, to how we bring robots into our everyday lives, she says. In that case, what's most important is not so much the mechanical performance, but the safety, the intuitive usage, the interactivity, and the adaptiveness of certain tasks that are not necessarily known at the time of construction of the robot. Excuse me. God damn, it's almost 1 in the morning.
Yes. And basically, I had a second article that was related to it about soft robotic fish swims alongside real ones in coral reefs.
Yeah, I saw that. I just haven't clicked on it.
Made of silicone rubber sea sails, SoFi could enable a closer study of aquatic life. But I mean, the main thing I think about when I see that animating squishy thing is or like the bendy worm thing, I just think of fake penis, robotic penis.
Fake penis next.
Yep.
Researchers create wearable yeast-based radiation sensors.
It's
Well,
not
I
a
mean,
science article.
I mean, this will help when the bombs fall, I guess.
Well, it kind of reminds me of I did an article a long time ago about how they have they discovered a type of mushroom or whatever that could do it. It could like eat up like radiation or whatever. So like I could see that being useful alongside this yeast thing. So like if you could use a yeast to find out wherever there's radiation, and then use the mushrooms for that to get rid of it, that would be cool. I guess it would be a more high tech way of be more high tech than the Geiger counters, I guess, right?
Well, I mean, more portable it looks to be.
Yeah, definitely.
And probably cost less if it's just yeast.
Could you imagine if you could like put these like on your skin or something, like a patch, and then you feel like a sensation whenever you could feel radiation or whatever?
Well, I mean, in all practicality, it's probably more of a like a glove you wear, because you're not going to walk around bare ass naked near radioactivity.
No.
It's probably going to be made into a glove, so when you start getting close, it either triggers you or alerts you with some other sensor.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, if we're gonna get honest here, I feel that our fear of radiation and fallout and all that shit is actually reversed. Like the 50s and 60s, we were so sure we were going to get nuked, and then just because it didn't happen yet, you know how hard it is to get online and find all the fallout shelters in the U.S.
Yeah.
I mean, they're listed, but if a bomb were to fall today, where the fuck do you go? It's not like, well, there's a tornado coming, get away from the windows. No. I feel, especially in the 21st century where, my phone has a 1440, screen in it. I mean, I ought to be able to be a little, further along than just going, well, I hope nothing happens.
Now, all the rich people have the great bunkers.
No. There's the, the doomsday preppers who have the buses buried in the dirt that they're living in.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
I wonder if they're gonna have this as like a thing in the next Fallout game.
Probably. I mean, they have your Pip Boy is a wearable device that's also a Geiger counter, so it's kind of already there.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to be able to survive radiation anyway. So
Well,
yeah.
I actually saw a hack that you could do with your phone sensor where you can actually image gamma radiation somehow with it. You remember that, that thing that you can attach, it's kind of like that thing you could attach to your phone where it lets you see like thermal vision or whatever with your camera.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like that, but you don't even need to put an attachment on there, I guess. But I just thought it's something cool,
Right,
It looks
right.
like a nicotine patch.
Right. Any advancements in technology are, good. It's just I hope it doesn't peter out like your thing about the circuits that can be connected with water and, a little bit of paint that you could possibly
Yeah,
put on that went fucking nowhere.
right.
I mean, you were like, man, this is gonna be the next big thing. No, every week we have something. This new battery that doesn't explode like lithium ion. They don't give a fuck.
Well, a lot of these are just like discoveries and like hypothetical things that you could do.
Oh,
It's
if they
just
could, yeah. But whenever they have didn't they have a kid that found a way to test for a certain kind of cancer that his relatives had that used to be very expensive, and he found a way for it to only cost a couple cents? And they
yeah,
go, well, why didn't we do that shit? So now that's the way they do it. I mean,
yeah.
or that guy who got pissed off at the guy for raising the price of the EpiPen by 700%, so he came up with a cheaper alternative. I mean,
Well, the thing too is when you already have to get everybody, the whole world to, like move away from a standard already. It's going to be a long process.
right.
But anyways, why don't you tell us about McDonald's?
McDonald's? Hold on. 1, 2, 3. More people sick at McDonald's salad outbreak.
123. Yeah.
I know, I was trying to be funny.
Uh,
How to avoid food poisoning. Undercooked poultry is a main source of food poisoning, as bacteria such as Campylobacter thrive if not killed by the high temperatures of cooking throughout the meat. Federal health officials report Thursday an additional 123 cases of cyclospora infection in an outbreak linked to McDonald's salads that began and see, the salads are how you eat healthy. The total number of laboratory-confirmed illnesses from this outbreak is now 286, according to U.S. Centers of Disease Control and Prevention. At least 11 of the sick individuals have been hospitalized.
yeah. So it's like, this shit will fuck. Oh, go ahead.
The parasite causes intestinal illness in someone who consumed contaminated food or water. Symptoms can begin a week or more after consuming the parasite. They include diarrhea and frequent, sometimes explosive bowel movements, according to the CDC. See, the thing is, like when Chipotle had that, that outbreak when, what was it, 600 to 700 people got sick. I heard it every day on the news. And I would drive home and I hear that, I go, man, I haven't had Chipotle in a minute. Maybe I should go.
People still went to that shit.
Well, I mean, and I'm not that far removed. I'm only a couple counties over from where that happened. I talked to one of the guys who was the interim manager because he said his regular GM quit. And he said that their trucks go to both locations. So, yeah, it crossed my mind, but I'm like, fuck it, I'll roll that dice. That guac is good. So,
well, it's just like even if you're trying to be healthy, the the food's fucking you up.
I mean, I went to McDonald's today, and you forget that it's not the best and brightest at the local McDonald's. It's whatever 15-year-old kid can stand still for long enough to take your money. I went into McDonald's today because I was gonna go through the drive-through, so I was through to the street.
You were going for lunch?
No, I stopped in and I just got a Diet Coke for my wife.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, okay. I go inside. There's fucking 3 mouth breathers right in front of me. A man, woman, and a child.
Knuckle dragon mouth breather.
They're just standing there. They see me come in. They scoot closer to the register that nobody's at to assert dominance that no, we were here first. We get served first. Never mind, I'm only one man. They're ordering for family. What do? They let the retarded child order. I want it. No, tell him which one you want. I'm like, he doesn't fucking know. He's 4. We just order some shit for the kid and get out of the fucking line. Then the guy finally gets to me. I go, yeah, just a Diet Coke. I like the one McDonald's I should have went to. They have a kiosk inside. It's like a giant phone app. You order the shit, grab the cup, and fill it yourself and leave. This one, you normally tell them, I want a large drink. They give you a cup. You fill it up with ice and get your drink and get out yourself. Oh, no, the ice machine's down. So I had to tell the guy what drink. Okay, we'll get your drink since the ice machine's down. I saw the paper. Yeah. I look at my receipt while they're handling all these other orders. I was in there 10 fucking minutes. Which, yeah, that doesn't sound like a long time. I went in to get a drink. It cost $1. I mean,
$1 holla.
all I really needed was the fucking ice. I could have poured the drink myself. $1. But yeah, so, and the whole time I'm sitting there getting madder and madder. Other people are coming up. I see this kid try to give somebody change, and I'm like, did someone not even show him how to hand money to somebody? I mean, he doesn't look like he can pick up things and hold them in his hands. What can you walk upright? I don't understand. So yeah, I mean, that's just because I'm personally, I was a cashier, and I noticed things like that. I got yelled at by an older person for not counting back their change. I'm sorry. I figured you could count what's in your fucking hand. I hate to say the robots are going to take our jobs. Yes, I said robots. And they deserve to have them because I don't want to talk to people. I'd rather a machine give me the wrong change and then I can go, God damn it, well, okay, and then I'll leave.
Actually, speaking of robots, that's kind of weird. I wonder if that Adolf Hitler guy was a robot because like YouTube deleted his comments because his comments in the chat are gone now.
Oh boy. Driver attacked by Elon Musk as pedo guy, or diver attacked as Elon Musk as pedo guy is prepping a libel suit. Oh boy.
Yeah, I thought I'd throw this in there because I was talking about it the other week.
So, the British diving expert who helped save the young Thai football team that got trapped in caves this summer is preparing legal action against Elon Musk for making false and defamatory statements, TechCrunch has confirmed.
After obtaining a letter sent to Musk's home on August 6th by a firm representing the diver Vermont Unsworth. The background here is that in a highly offensive and extremely bizarre episode last month, even for the famously loose cannon online, Musk, the Tesla and SpaceX CEO, took to Twitter to attack Unsworth, branding him a pedo guy. The bizarre attack came from Unsworth had given a critical interview to the media saying the mini sub which Musk had designed and brought to Thailand had absolutely no chance of working. Unsworth ended an interview segment by suggesting Musk should stick his submarine where it hurts, a tongue-in-cheek phrase which apparently triggered Musk's Twitter outburst.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, uh, at the time, Musk said Unsworth's comment had angered him and that had made him lash out, but he also added, nonetheless, his actions against me do not justify my actions against him. For that, I apologize to Mr. Unsworth and to the companies I represent as leader. The fault is mine and mine alone. The public element of the episode might have ended there, but earlier this week, Musk dredged it all up again by repeating his offensive insinuation against Unsworth during a debate on an ex-TechCrunch journalist, Drew Olanoff, who had brought up the pedo guy attack as an example of Musk himself telling untruths. Yet, instead of reiterating his apology to Unsworth, Musk doubled down on his original offensive attack, writing, "You don't think it's strange he hasn't sued me? He was offered free legal services." Uh, to which Olanoff replied, "What I think is especially strange here is that you're wondering why he hadn't sued you, while the rest of us are wondering why you did something so egregious that he could sue you for in the first place. We contacted the law firm for confirmation that it is representing Mr. Unsworth in a defamation suit against Musk's partner. Lynn Wood was unavailable to speak about the matter when he called, but he confirmed via email that the firm is representing Unsworth in a defamation suit against Musk and that it is preparing legal action. In a letter sent to the firm to Musk's home earlier this month, Wood informed Musk that he had retained he has been retained by Unsworth on account of the defamatory statements made by Musk on Twitter, alleging that he is a pedophile. Yeah,
That's a lot of
but
words.
basically the main thing is it was it was sent out to it was the thing was sent out earlier, so basically he was like the Musk was saying, why didn't he sue me when he had free legal help or whatever, but apparently the thing was sent out to him earlier, but and then on this Unsworth guy was like, dude, you should check your mail or something like that.
Hmm. He says I'm a busy guy. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
Was that your
So
last
that's
story?
not clear whether or not Musk had seen the letter at the time of his tweets to Olanoff.
Well, you can't say bad things about people without them getting mad.
Yeah.
But especially when you're a powerful guy and everyone's listening to every word you say.
I mean, I know Musk is your boy.
I
But
mean,
I just thought
I want
up.
money. He's he's the closest thing we have to a real life Batman. Eccentric billionaire who wants to do good. Yes, I know you say Tony Stark, blah blah blah. I don't care.
Boring man.
He's a boring man.
Yeah.
You're a boring man,
his
boring
company.
man. Shirt costume for Halloween, boring man. With all your boring things. Was that your last story, sir?
I think so, yes.
All right.
And I'm gonna play your music. I have to get something real quick here.
Music.
Yeah, your theme. What's your theme?
Oh, butt crack. Well. Still going. We saw your ass there, Ian.
You did?
Yeah, your ass is hanging out.
Whoops.
You gave Adolf Hitler a thrill. All right, starting off with the gamer news.
The main screen was on you. I had
Start off with the
I have
gamer
to get
news.
I had to get some Kit Kats. I need something chocolate in me.
Whoa. Don't
Something
no.
dark and
Don't
chocolate.
No. Bethesda's Pete Hines on playing Fallout 76 solo and why replayable is a dirty word. Gamescom 2018. As we mentioned before, Gamescom is a convention where NVIDIA launched their 2080, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Pete Hines is one of the big guys at Bethesda, and in all the interviews and stuff, he's talked about how he plays Fallout and his play style. He mostly plays solo because people were like, "Oh, can you play not the word solo, what was it? Single player?" And he kept saying solo, and it's an experience. He's closest to what the single player people will want to go through, and everyone should grasp at this point. We know that this isn't the end all be all. Eventually, the future games are going to go back to single player because they're tired of people. Right? Well, they did a whole save the single player thing and they're lied to us. If you ask, and other people, they think that they got lied to, but no, one of the guys actually plays solo, which is what I plan on doing. And I like hearing him talk about it because I can see what my experience is going to be. Because you hear the fuck's his damn name? I just had it. Todd Howard. You hear him talk about it, and it's like the player can do this or that, and it gives all these options. Versus, he's like, yeah, when I was running solo, I did this, and I know what to expect because it's more in tune with my play style. Now,
yeah, you're forgetting too that not a lot of gamers have a lot of friends.
Shh. Well, see, you don't have to have actual friends. You can join up. They're just people are afraid that the servers are going to be full of toxic people who just want to cause havoc to be a fucking asshole. Trolls don't care. But
haters gonna hate.
Right. So, also, Fallout 76 loot will be instant. No chance of an open beta without pre-ordering. Because everyone's like, hey, can you just get in the beta without pre-ordering? No.
No.
So in Fallout 76, if I see another player coming out of a specific area and they just looted, will there still be unopened stuff for me to loot? Like they were never there? Hey man, can you clarify how tagging a monster will work in Fallout 76? Will all participants get loot from a monster or just one that damaged it first? Pete Hines. All. He says so much. Your boy says, can you modify all aspects of the game? You can make it so you lose weapons. You can't just repair the base you need to complete rebuild, that kind of thing. We will see. So, any chance of an open beta without pre-ordering? No, 0 chance. So at least they're honest there. I mean, what's the point of an open beta? I mean, really, the hardcore fans, people already bought the shit out. I mean, the night it launched, and you had to wait for it to come back in stock. I mean, let the fans play the fucking game. I mean, there are people that are doing the thing where they pre-order, they get the beta code, and then they cancel the pre-order, which is shitty. But
didn't we say just like with the RTX shit, don't pre-order shit?
I mean, I'm gonna pre-order because I want to just throw them my money. I have such an enjoyable experience. Oh my god, more! Give me more! Keep doing it. And now it's profitable. When I started watching the YouTube reviews of people talking about Fallout, they're like, "Well, there's usually like a 5-year span in between Fallout releases, so we probably won't get another one till." Oh, don't tell me that. But Oh no, it was the most profitable. So how long did it take them? Oh, let's see, 2015 to 2018. So 3 years max. I mean,
Well, when does this Fallout 76 come out?
it officially launches in November, but
And
the beta comes out in October.
is the beta only for the consoles? Because I know
No.
Floyd was.
It starts out. It starts with the Xbox, but PC gets it as well,
Oh, okay.
and PlayStation. But uh, there'll be no. Oh, actually, this goes right into my next story. Oh, how cute! There'll be no crossplay.
I
Um,
I thought Floyd was like bragging because he's gonna get to play it before you.
yeah, because he has an Xbox.
Yeah.
The beta goes to Xbox. They announced Fallout 76 at the Microsoft panel.
And I'm sorry, repeat when the beta is gonna come out.
October.
Okay. Did you want to have that weekend off? Like if I give you the Friday night off, are you gonna actually play the shit? Or are you gonna sleep?
I mean, dog, I pre-ordered a game. I got the collector. I got the next step down from the collector's edition because the collector's edition was unavailable. Everyone bought the motherfuckers for their scalpers. So they were $200 new, and they're selling them for $300 on eBay with just a pre-order, promise. So
Well,
anyway,
we could take that weekend off if you want. I'm just saying.
dog, it probably won't launch on a weekend, and I probably will game in the middle of the week. So,
Oh, you're gonna stay up anyways, huh?
I'm not saying I'm gonna call in sick, but nah, dude,
I got some gout going on here.
No, stop it. Anyway, Fortnite on PlayStation doesn't have cross-platform play with other consoles because they are worse, explains Sony boss. Xbox players can currently play with those on Switch, for instance, but nobody can play with those on PlayStation. Fucking.
Oh, Sony. Is this you think this is a episode or article to piss Doug off with?
Why do you think I Sony won't allow Fortnite players on PlayStation to play against their friends with other consoles because those people are having inferior experiences. The company might allow people to take part in cross-platform play at other titles, said the company's boss, but Fortnite on PlayStation will not get that privilege, he said. And that's because the best experience is to play on PlayStation, he said. So allowing other people...
all the other consoles suck, next.
Right. So allowing other people to play would be a compromise.
Your face is a compromise.
So, you can say Bethesda this and Bethesda that, but I'm sure that Doug would say, well, they're right, next.
The other consoles are just soft.
But speaking of Fortnite, see where this goes. Samsung does not appreciate you using demo phones to get Fortnite skins. Players are going to great lengths to get that exclusive skin. Fortnite Android Beta was a timed exclusive for Samsung devices, and anyone who pre-ordered a Galaxy Note 9 could get 15,000 V-Bucks as a reward for their purchase if they didn't choose a free set of headphones. Players on a Note 9 or Tab S4 will also unlock an exclusive skin seen at the top of this post. That's pretty cool looking. If you happen to have one of those devices, this is how you unlock the skin. It gives it specs. The problem or the solution is, if you're sneaky, is that shameless players are going to retail locations, downloading the game on demo devices, logging into their account, playing their 3 games, and then getting the skin for free. Although, honestly, if you're able to do all that without incurring the wrath of a sales associate, one could argue that you have earned the skin. Samsung is not amused, however.
So, like, when you say skin, is that just like a different UI theme or something on the phone?
The skin on your character. See?
Oh, okay. And people are like trying to abuse that or whatever.
They're not trying, they're doing. The
Yeah.
signs hang up. All Samsung demo phones will not download Fortnite or their skins. Please do not install any information or downloads onto the demo phones. Thank you. Samsung management. Somebody posted that, said LMAO.
Well, it's like you should expect people to do that. Why are you going to make it available if it's
Right.
don't
Don't
want
give them the
people to do
chance.
that?
Don't. Whatever happened to demo phones not having the ability to install apps? I mean, don't they just have a little demo feature and that's it? Or they can play the default apps. Why they got to play Fortnite?
Right.
I thought, and plus, didn't they say play? Let me see. What's it say? Turn to lobby. Install a Fortnite launcher. Galaxy. Once you learn, play 3 matches. So you got to play 3 matches. So someone's standing there, then they're watching them do it. I mean, that's bad management, dog.
Fucking next.
Right. Oh, by the way, we're still talking about Fortnite. So,
Oh boy.
Epic calls Google. Oh, fucking pop up now. I can't even read it. Hold on. Epic calls Google irresponsible for disclosing serious security flaw in Fortnite. This is shout back to remember that story where Google Play was not going to get Fortnite because they said, fuck it, we're not giving you a cut. We'll just release it ourselves, right? Well, Epic Games is riding high on the success of Fortnite, which is available on desktop, game consoles, and even mobile devices. The company took the unusual step of skipping the Play Store for Android distribution, which brings the potential for security issues. Sure enough, the first version of Fortnite on Android contained a bug that could have allowed malware to sneak onto your phone rather than accept the responsibility for making a mistake. And Epic founder Tim Sweeney says Google was irresponsible to release the bug details after it was fixed. Yeah. Irresponsible, huh? You dipshits. Your thoughts?
What happened? I kind of zoned out on that. I'm not really a big fan of the Fortnite. I really could care less.
Okay, so they made it so that their game wasn't going to be on the Play Store. You just get it elsewhere because they didn't want to get the Play Store cut, right?
Right.
Well, it's susceptible to bugs, and it had a bug. And the bug was, hold on. Company usual steps for skipping the Play Store and their distribution, which brings the potential for security issues. Sure enough, the first version of Fortnite and Android contained a bug that could have allowed malware to sneak onto your phone rather than accept the responsibility for making a mistake. And Epic founder Tom Sweeney says Google was irresponsible to release the bug details after it was fixed. I mean,
it's stupid.
Android is still Google's operating system. If there's Tim Sweeney, or someone said, did you see Tim's response? He said that he feels Google chose to release details of the exploit publicly as a direct attack on Epic's approach to Android distribution. Like, duh, of course Google are going to publicly decry your dangerously high-profile attack on their system. Tim Sweeney said, Android is an open platform. We release software for. When Google identified a security flaw, we worked around the clock literally to fix it and release an update. The only irresponsible thing here is Google's rapid public release of technical details. I mean,
so who's right and wrong?
I mean, it depends on your. If you're Doug, everybody's wrong. Because he hates Google and he hates Fortnite. So,
Well,
by the way, fan-made Wolfenstein 3D VR version is out now for free. See, this is VR here. See, that's why I put this in here, because some people hate VR.
what? Don't even talk about Wolfenstein, Frank.
16 years ago now, John Carmack and the team at ID Software brought us a step further to achieving virtual reality with Wolfenstein 3D. From today, though, you can actually play the game inside VR itself. Earlier this month, a report that a Reddit user by the name of Randolph the Green was working on bringing id's beloved first-person shooter even closer to reality, complementing existing ports of Doom and Heretic in VR. Yesterday, the developer, under the fitting name of Further Beyond Studios, released its work with support for the HTC Vive. So is that cool?
I think it's cool, but I don't think you care about it.
What do you mean
You
I
don't
don't
even
care
play
about
your
it?
own game.
Hey, I'm a completionist. I like having stuff. I mean, if it's free,
You're just a hoarder.
that too. Why would I have this story if I didn't think it was cool, huh? Huh?
Like that's cool. I won't play it, but that's cool.
So people that don't play games and think they're not cool. Oh, hey, speaking of which, people who haven't played Spider-Man are mad the developers took out a puddle.
Yeah, I did see that. It wasn't about a puddle though. It was about all the puddles in the game were like that it didn't wasn't as reflective or as pretty as the ones that were in the demo.
Yeah, they showed that the game hasn't been launched yet, but the trailer came out, and here's the side-by-side comparison of the puddles. See, let me zoom enhance. As you can see,
I mean,
the top. Go ahead.
yeah, and they were kind of blaming it on like the position of the sunlight or whatever, but I mean, like that totally looks different. I mean, the top one looks way more cinematic than the bottom one.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right, the bottom one,
it
the
looks
lighting
really
doesn't
flat.
work. There's not as much crap on the ground.
Yeah,
And like
that's a good point too. There's not a whole lot on the ground.
all that debris next to that pallet, the textures on
Yeah.
the wall have gone down in quality. I mean, the dudes look like less presentable.
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, you're not like a game designer or anything, nor am I. But I mean, I'm sure you, in your opinion, you could definitely say that those two look different.
Right. Which looks better, the one in the top or the one in the bottom? The bottom looks like a scene from a movie versus the bottom looks like a scene from a cartoon.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I definitely would say that people are justified to be able to complain. You know. I mean, I saw this. It looked pretty cool. Is this a PlayStation exclusive, or
in
is
the
this on?
in the comments, someone said, retweet if you think that Sony should include this icon on the back of their game boxes from now on. See, the Spider-Man thing is a in that IP, isn't that a Sony thing anyway?
Yeah, I think so.
So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if.
Yeah, yeah. This would be a good question for Doug too.
Well,
Well,
I figure the story would make him mad.
well, that shit was Photoshop. Next, it looks just as good.
Who gives a shit? Next.
Yeah, I did hear about that though. It was people were pissed. What's this next one about here? Oh, is this the same one?
Fortnite. No, just kidding. I think I might have talked about this a while ago, but ever wanted to see fucking ads?
Mm-hmm.
Ever wanted to see beyond the NES game screen? With White NES, you can. PPU mapping algorithm automatically tracks the game world as you play. I mean, I'm not trying to do any justice or advertising for ROMs and emulators and all that, but I mean, I haven't seen anything that seemed this cool since that one where they basically make NES 3D, right?
Right.
I mean, that was a pretty dope system. This reminds me of those posters where they show an entire level, like all they did is take the shot and extend it. But you get the idea. I mean, so
like, would this because they're kind of like a cheat, so you know it's ahead of you or something?
I mean, But you got to remember, these games are 1,000 years old, so it's not really a cheat.
Right. But what if Grandma never played it and she's playing it for the first time?
Well, then she's not doing it on your computer, which I'm pretty sure is the only way you'd be doing it. These aren't for grandmas.
What about the NES Classic or whatever?
These aren't for grandmas. These are for completionists who want everything they can get.
Yeah.
And you know what the completionists are going to want with those classic games? They're going to want the Mega Man 11 theme controller coming to Xbox One PC this October. Look at that. Just fucking look at it.
It looks like a Sega Genesis controller.
You shut up.
Shut up, Ted.
Now, these articles I'm going to link here in Secession are just they're showing shades of remember
50 Shades of Grey?
No, remember when Fallout 76 was announced and they were streaming on Bethesda was streaming on Twitch and on YouTube cryptic messages that we were trying to decipher. These harken back to that. A small city where the people are watching absolutely nothing on Twitch. The hottest ticket on Twitch Monday morning wasn't Fortnite star Ninja for once. It was a seemingly endless list of garbled letters, numbers, and punctuation, which more than 50,000 people were watching. They were hoping that the stream from The Witcher developer CD Projekt Red would eventually give them some more details about the hotly anticipated game Cyberpunk 2077. The game's title is noted in the stream. The wall of text is still going, and the stream's title, Data Transmission in Progress, indicates that something is imminent. Okay. Hold on. This damn stylish thing makes everything the same color, so I can't tell what's been visited and what hasn't been. So, Cyberpunk 2077's weird Twitch feed leaks the gameplay footage debut.
Said to be a be.
Cyberpunk 2077 is set to launch on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. However, it doesn't have a release date yet. And then I think it comes full circle with the last article on that. You can finally watch the full Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay demo. So after all that waiting, you can watch the whole thing, or if you forgot about it, like me, you can watch the whole fucking thing. Also, you remember all those... Well, I mean, all those people were sitting there watching it. Do you have any interest in this game?
No, I was gonna ask you if you were gonna get it.
It looks dope, but I don't. It's all like beta and alpha footage. I want to actually see a game that I can fucking play. I don't care about what they think it's gonna look like, and then you pay all this money and all this interest, get hyped up. The last time they showed a trailer, people thought that the game was going to come out that week. No date yet. But here's something else. I keep telling you these stories about Steam for Linux. They add 1,000 perfectly playable Windows games in under a week. That's actual progress, man.
Yeah.
And that's nothing but good, right?
Good.
You don't care? Guess not. Really. Okay. Battlefield 5 producers say ray tracing is freaking cool. Thinks it'll be standard in a console generation or two. Pause for effect. Ray tracing is in every PC gamer's mouth. For better or worse, after NVIDIA demonstrated the NVIDIA RTX technology as a big focus of their new GeForce RTX line of graphics cards. One of the biggest the games due to launch this fall, Battlefield 5 showcased what was perhaps the most impressive implementation of ray tracing we've seen yet in a game. The ray traced reflections on Battlefield 5 don't simply look much more realistic than the traditional screen space reflections, though, as pointed out by the game's producer, David Sirlin, previously known for his work on Battlefield 2, 4, and Battlefield 1's incursions mode. Ray tracing is freaking cool, and that's because it can impact gameplay in this case.
Yeah, it's in every gamer's mouth because they were mouth gagged with it.
Right, they didn't have any other stats, so they say, ray tracing. Ray tracing.
By the way, did you know ray tracing?
So, in a couple generations, they might have it in a console. I mean, that's the thing, though. Aren't all the consoles going with AMD? I mean,
yeah.
There's no NVIDIA. It's gonna have to be a form of, and I don't.
Well, I mean, AMD was working on ray tracing stuff too. We did articles on that.
Yeah, it's just not RTX.
Yeah.
So this guy's not selling NVIDIA's cards very well, basically.
No, he's not drinking the Kool-Aid.
I mean, no, he is, because he was on. His company was on stage saying, "Hey, here's the company that made Battlefield presented the game. I think, if I remember correctly, I didn't watch it. I listened to it. So,
well, he's drinking the ray tracing Kool-Aid, just not NVIDIA's ray tracing Kool-Aid.
No, I'm saying he was at the video presentation.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, that's why it's one of the few games that's endorsed with RTX. Granted, we don't know if it's all ray tracing, but yeah, he's drinking that Kool-Aid, but he's not doing a good job of selling the systems that he's getting paid to sell.
He's selling you what are they called, those drinks for kids?
Juice box?
Yeah, but what was the other ones, like in the barrel shape? I forget what those are called. Yeah, like the plastic barrels filled with like Kool-Aid type stuff.
Yeah. Well, we were talking last week about Verizon throttling the firefighters' internet service.
Yeah.
The next day, right after the show, this headline came up. Verizon couldn't have restricted Santa Clara County's internet service during the fires under net neutrality. Ooh, so this has been all along Pai's plan for his former employer to screw over firefighters.
Why does he include this when we were talking about it? I thought you were going to do all your net neutrality articles and FCC when we were talking about it.
This is a throwback, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really anything new. It's like, this isn't like, hey, there's this new, law coming up or anything. No, this is net neutrality. Yeah, by default, this wouldn't happen, by the way. Okay, carry on. I mean, it's like, hey, remember that thing? Yeah, it was illegal. Well, but there's nothing to be gained. It's just pointing out how sucky it is. I'm trying to move on from the sadness.
I'm
gonna skip the small town gigabit thing because I don't care.
Huh? I'm just so tired of seeing his face.
Right. Now, did you see the article from Tom's Hardware?
No.
Internal struggles. What the hell happened? Yeah, in the article, he said, he named people that worked for Tom's Hardware that thought differently than the person who. For those of you not following the whole article or whole story, I encourage you to check out the Gamers Nexus. They did a hilarious video and I believe article about the Tom's Hardware insanity, where Tom's Hardware released an article, just buy it, when they announced pre-orders for 2080. No. And then they broke it down, like the big plot points and bullet points of the discussion, they broke it down sentence by sentence, going, "No, that doesn't make sense. You just contradicted yourself. What the fuck are you even talking about?" So that's always a good thing,
Right.
as well as desktop GPU sales normalize as crypto mining gold rush ends, report says. Knock on wood. So that's another good thing.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that RAM to normalize.
That RAM. But since we're talking about cryptocurrency, I saw this headline. This is my what the fuck news. A programmer ate ass to save cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency prices are down, so developer met up with cryptocurrency enthusiasts and adult film performers Brenna Sparks and Bobby Dillon to eat some ass and save the market.
By the way, those drinks were called Hugs.
Called what?
Hugs, I guess.
Those barrels?
Yeah, yeah, they're selling you those instead of the Kool-Aid.
So basically, this guy ate some ass to make some Bitcoin, I guess.
What?
You gotta read the article, kids. I don't want to tell you your bedtime story. You gotta read it yourselves.
That's a lengthy one too.
I mean, the paragraphs are like 2 lines. So
That's not
I
too
just
bad.
saw the headline and had to share. Because I'm a
Dude,
share.
that shit's zoomed out so far. It's like a fifth of the width of your screen.
Actually, I was already at, well, that was 100%. On other pages, I had zoomed to like 200%. But every time I opened a new article, it went back to 100.
Yeah, I was like, how is he even reading that shit?
Oh, most of mine just zoomed in to 250. I just don't want to set the scaling that high because, then you run into problems.
I thought you could set like a default zoom on there. Like whenever you open up the Chrome, it'll be zoomed in that much.
I don't know. I don't know, dog.
So that was your last article?
Yep. Well, good night,
That's
everybody.
not too bad. That's not too bad then, because I was like, we kind of got cut on the articles a little bit because I wasn't able to. I had to try to consolidate the articles as much as I can. I definitely wouldn't have been able to do it if I didn't have those Bitly shortener links, because they give you a max of 5,000 characters for the description.
Oh.
So like a couple of them I had to delete because it was basically the same thing anyways. And
Right.
yeah, so, but yep, I guess good thing we didn't wait for Floyd, huh?
Right. Doug will hop on just as we're saying goodbye.
Oh, hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, I just got done working out. What's up? Oh, nothing. Well, that means talk about stuff. Nah, nothing.
No, nothing. Next.
Fake news.
We'll just do next on all the articles. That's it. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Right. Yeah, the other week when you left early, that was and then Doug left. That was the first time I've actually did the intro or the outro by myself.
Oh.
Yeah. You think you could do a whole show by yourself, Frank?
No, I'm not Ben.
No.
Not
Oh, well,
myself.
you didn't like his show when it was just Ben?
I never listened to it.
You never listened to it. I'm surprised he never actually did ask you to come on before that when he
You
was
would
doing
think.
it.
I mean, I'm sure he probably did, but I was like, nah.
No. You want to come on and talk about animation shit?
Nah,
No.
son, nah.
Frank should do a pinstriping podcast
There he goes with that shit. That
or
old shit.
a pinstriping and automotive podcast. Are you going to any more like shows or like any kind of paint? Like artist
I'm
shit.
going
Because I
to.
thought you did go to some of those.
Yeah, I haven't been to a panel jam in a while because I haven't painted in a while. I need to. I just get lazy. Like after I do the show, I go, man, I'm tired, and I sleep for like 3 days,
Yeah.
and then I wake up. It's time to do the show again. What'd you do, dog? Nothing.
But yeah, that's what they're called, panel jams.
Well, yeah, because you paint on a panel, and you're jamming because you're jamming with a bunch of guys.
Jam.
So I haven't done those in a while. Let's see, what is today? Well, right now it's the 1st of October or September.
September, yeah. It's about to be my birthday this month.
Oh, happy birthday! How old are you gonna be? 22.
22.
I knew
I
it.
wish, man.
No, there's a couple more coming. The season ends kind of, in a couple months here, so I haven't driven my car to anything. I haven't worked on it because it's been hot and it's been rainy and didn't feel like doing it.
Yeah. What is your birthday? Isn't it yours in October? Because I thought
No.
I was like,
No.
when is yours?
December, dog.
Oh, December. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Because you get all that Christmas money and birthday money.
Yeah. That's totally different, dog. December is not October, dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna be turning 36, and mine's on September 19th. Thankfully, it wasn't 8 days sooner.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that would have been kind of a Debbie Downer then. My birthday was September 11th.
Right. You can't have cake. Just can't do it. You're gonna have to eat, I don't know, something sadder.
Yeah, can't have a burning cake or nothing.
My it's horrible. My aunt, her birthday was on leap year.
That would be messed up. I wonder if I should search that, like Twin Tower, like candles. That'd be messed up, dude.
You're fucked up. Okay, well, that's enough. Goodbye, everybody.
That would be messed up as if they existed. That's what I'm saying. I wonder if they do.
Okay, well, goodbye, everybody.
No, we're not going. We're having a discussion. We're having a long discussion.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
Oops.
Butts.